Welcome to Good Friends, Good Games. It is July 30th, 2022, and it is now 3 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's 12 p.m. on the West Coast. We got the family here. It's a full house. The sickness has like non-ravaged us, and it's a full house.
I'm no longer down with the sickness.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Margin's mad.
Dill's not acknowledging any of that.
I'm just like, my brain is like, what?
What? Do they not have Disturbed over in the UK?
We've heard of Disturbed, but I've heard of that song, but not for a long time. My brain took a second.
The Americans are still on the Disturbed. Oh, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Let me go back to that. There we go. I'm adjusting audios in the thing here. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Welcome everyone back. We got Big Dill.
Hi.
And we got Leshki. Welcome back. We missed you.
Hello.
And then we got Zenith.
Yo! It's opera time.
Woo! And of course, I'm Eric Anthony. We are glad to have you all back here and joining us today. If you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, we appreciate you. If you're watching us on twitch.tv, you can catch us at the Good People Media Group on twitch.tv. And then, of course, if you're watching on YouTube at a later date and time, welcome. We appreciate you. Glad for hanging out with us. Okay. So, what's everyone been up to before we get started? We'll start with Dill.
Game-wise or like in real life?
In real life, we're catching up.
Working, I guess. Just working on stuff.
Just working on stuff.
Really all I've been doing. Yeah.
It's like everyone's just like, oh, I work. Just working.
That's it.
You ever get like those, what's it called, when you see people like you haven't seen in like a year or more, like just long friends that you haven't seen in forever, and they're like, what you been up to? And they're like, oh, just working.
I don't.
Working life, yeah.
Working life,
Not very
got married.
interesting.
Got married, chilling, working.
So true.
Yeah. If you are watching in the chat right now, can you just let us know if there's any like weird audio issues on the Twitch end? Someone's too loud or someone's not loud enough. Feel free to just drop it in the chat there. We'll keep an eye on it. And I just realized I don't have the document up here, so we're going to Google Doc it. Leshki, what have you been up to? We know you were sick. We're glad you survived.
That's literally it. Recovering from COVID. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it. And working.
Hit you hard, huh?
It hit me a lot harder than I thought. Like, I always thought people were like overplaying it. I'm just like, oh, it's probably not that bad because I'm vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. No, it didn't help at all. It was awful. It was just, I think it's more so that it was long and the way that your body gets so tired. Like, I would walk from my bedroom to the kitchen, which isn't that far, and I would just be like, like I just had to take a break. It was so bad, but I'm finally sort of recovered.
Sheesh. Yeah, no, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're, up and about and moving around again, and
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the last time you have to deal with that. Yeah, and awake. How much did you sleep?
I learned my lesson.
How much did you sleep?
A lot. I would go to bed by like 7 o'clock, so I would work, stay up for a little bit, and then just sleep, and then wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start the day again.
Oh man, were you working from home the whole time? Like once it started to kind of like.
Well, I don't really work in the office anymore.
Yeah.
In general, ever since COVID happened, and they're like, "Wow, you can actually do your job remote." And it's like, yeah, I can. So I'm pretty much remote full time, anyways. But
yeah, no,
I had to take a couple days off even.
Right. That's what my last job ended up doing, because it's like, hey, everyone's working from home, everyone's doing the same amount of work. Why are we paying all this money to just have a building anyway? Let's just have everyone working from home.
You'll find out. I learned this one real quick. Is like it all depended on like when your company's lease was up for that building. If the lease was like a month or two away, they're like, hey, everyone work from home, don't come back. And then it's like, no, we've got like 3 years left on this lease, we're gonna need you back in the office in 2022. And I'm just like,
they downsized. I think my company, they got rid of a couple of floors, and then they said, oh, IT can pretty much be remote except for a handful of people.
We did that too. We closed a bunch of offices like in areas that we just didn't see the need to have them.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we had 2 offices in LA like a mile and a half from each other, and like one of them was a little satellite office, but we're like, yeah, we don't need this. Just go, But Zenith, what are you up to? What have you been up to?
Well, mostly just busy with work stuff, but I wanted to. Would you guys wouldn't mind it like a bit of story time because like last episode I wasn't able to be there because I was meeting some friends downtown. But you mentioned something along the lines of people getting sick, right? Mm-hmm. So, like obviously, like sickness has been going around. People have been hit by COVID. Well, I had about a sickness because I was on my way to go visit my friends, and I was struggling trying to catch any semblance of public transportation because don't drive a car here if you're ever here in Toronto. It's bad. I drank like a full jug of orange juice.
Oh, no.
And then sprinted for like 5 minutes trying to find trying to find like a bus stop or something like that. And then not to mention it was like 96 that day. So it was probably like the hottest day of the summer. So I get on the bus. I couldn't look out the window, couldn't look straight. I had my face down. I was about to pass out. I had to get off the bus halfway through the ride on the way to the subway station because I was about to puke.
Oh my god.
So I got off the bus and I went behind a building right where they had a bush and hurled my guts out. And went downtown afterwards. I was fine. I just needed to wash my hands. So it's like getting on that bus when your hand smells like vomit is
I'm just
imagining
you like running down the street in Toronto and just a gallon of orange juice is just slushing around in your stomach. Blendering, and then you just like fall face first on the ground and you're like, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, now I can picture that.
Yeah, and then I watched the last episode. You guys put like 2-3 days afterwards, and I see you guys. Oh yeah, everyone's like getting got the sick bud except for Zia. Like, no, me too, man.
Me too. I was sick too.
You want to be included.
You should have just got on the Discord from your phone while we were here and just start vomiting in the phone. We're like, oh well, Zita's done too. So did you do that? Did you anchorman it where you're like, milk was a bad choice?
No. But what's funny though is afterwards I was hanging out with my friends because like we have like people visiting from all over. They're actually part of my community, which is great.
Oh, awesome.
But afterwards, everyone they were hanging out with caught COVID. Except for me. So
you had it before?
Lucky.
I had the other sickness. I'll take that. Thank you.
Your immune system was like, all right, we got to go into high drive. This man just has some orange
Please,
juice.
No, not this shit again.
It was the orange juice. The power flowed through his body, in and out.
Probably.
Yeah. It had so much vitamin C from the gallon of orange juice he consumed. He's just like, So it's funny how we're like talking. It's not funny, COVID's a real deal, but like it's clearly becoming this thing where it's like we're all eventually going to catch it. Most of us are. Yeah. It's one of those things like, yeah, we got to go get the shot every year, and
just like the flu shot.
Yeah, that's what it's going to become. Your opinions, out there in the world that are listening to your opinions are your own, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. It's just like it's not going away. We're just got to do it, and like. Xena survived, Lesh has survived, take care of yourselves, take care of your bodies, and
I wouldn't want it again though. I'm not going to get lazy again. That was that's what happened is I got super lazy and decided not to, like I got a new car and I usually have a surplus of masks in my car. I didn't have a mask in the new car. So I was like, screw it, whatever, it's fine.
So
it wasn't fine.
Truth be told, I'll be full disclosure here. I'm not a mask in the store type of person. Like I'm not that person. I go in, but when I'm at the gym, I do stay away from people. Like I try to keep the 6 feet away or whatever. If the machine's crowded, I'll come back later and I'll use it. All that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I try to be, at least some personal responsibility. But I do have a mask in my pocket just in case, especially like at work and stuff. I keep one in my pocket because sometimes you'll walk into like, especially like in LA, you walk into a Walmart in like LA. it's bad.
You'll just know when you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, and then you throw it on, and you throw it on, go on with your day, leave.
Feel
the store,
a little better.
And like
Pocket mask.
like
I went to a Dave and Buster's. That was.
Yeah, it's like
That was an error.
Right. If you don't feel comfortable out there, then carry your mask with you, put your mask on, and you'll be.
And hand sanitizer.
And hand sanitizer. I do that too. I have it in the car. And then we.
It's always in my purse.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, we take care of ourselves. And I personally take care of myself. I try and eat better. I try and exercise and all. Like I try to take care of myself. So that's just my little mini rant. But
it's funny that Chibi says that about the mask also filters that sweaty gym smell.
Yeah.
I've been wearing I go to the nail salon, I'll wear it. I go get my hair done, I'll wear it because I'm like, I don't have to inhale these freaking chemicals. I'm just going to keep the mask on, and now I have an excuse again.
Just, keep the mask on. And so she is not here for this episode. Well, I have two things. Just some administrative stuff here. Hannah is still on a leave. Hannah has some personal stuff going on that she made clear that she just needs some time to kind of like recoup and adjust and, let life work itself out. So Hannah is currently on a leave. She'll be on leave for at least another few weeks. So Hannah, you're out there. If you're listening, we're with you. Get the rest you need. And then she's not here to talk about it, but I think we'll bring her on one of these. My girlfriend has finished her first game on PC.
Which one?
So her first run on a PC was she went through Life is Strange, the original OG Life is Strange.
Nice.
And let me tell you, the roller coaster ride my girlfriend went through with emotions playing this game. So I went over to the house to help her out a little bit and just hang out a bit. And then she started playing and she was like, I'm going to see this through. And I'm like, okay, let's see this through. Right. So I can tell you, I'll give you a quick brief rundown because she's not here to give her synopsis of it. But it started with, okay, the teacher's kind of hot, to what the hell is up with this guy? So it was like a complete 180 in terms of.
Oh, yeah.
A complete 180 in terms of, opinion. And then there was the whole thing in the beginning where I'll give you her brief things here, her brief commentary. In the beginning when it's like the storm and she's like crawling through this, trying to get through the storm and all this stuff at the very beginning of the game. Quote, and I quote, "This bitch is going through it." That was her opinion of the start.
Yeah.
Bitch is going through it.
Yeah, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, and then I'll try to do this without as minimal spoilers as possible. She said, I missed this girl's phone call and then she jumps. Like,
Yeah.
Just beautiful, beautiful commentary from my lovely girlfriend on her first
record it.
experience. It's in the works. I think we're gonna do a little something with it.
I was gonna say that'd be really cute just to see like, people who don't typically gaming. Like I feel like their reactions are more funny.
Yeah, so I think that's where we're going. So, and then now she has started A Link to the Past out of my recommendation. She was like,
nice.
She was like, I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of this game. I was like, what's the problem? She's like, well, I go to this castle and they're coming at me with bows and arrows and swords and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's their problem? And I said, well, you kind of did invade a castle where there's a princess.
Yeah.
Like kind of doing their job. But I'll give some maybe we'll get her on here to talk about it when she finishes thing. She started Minish Cap. She tried playing a little Minish Cap on the car ride to mom's for her birthday, and she was like, oh, I'm excited, I'm going to the fair. And then she never went back to that game. and now she's in A Link to the Past where it's just like she's getting swarmed left and right. So I hope she sees it through. But yes, Pau's opinion of Life is Strange is golden commentary. She's also she also tried a little BioShock, and the words out of her mouth were, "This is spoopy."
This is spoopy.
This is spoopy.
That's adorable.
That's adorable. Yeah. No, watching her play games is actually really great. So there's that stuff. So yeah, let's talk about some video games.
Yay.
All right, let's talk about some games. So we got a little documentation here. I refer to this so I don't sound like a complete dolt when. Okay, So I want to see. Okay, so we got Zenith here. Zenith is doing some crowd control. I saw some of this. You were doing some Mario Sunshine crowd control, which Mario Sunshine's already the worst Mario game ever.
Yeah, the game itself is already pretty hard. You don't need crowd control to like compound that.
So what's some of the things that crowd control like break? Like I say quote unquote breaks, but what can it do?
So, some of the things it can do is it will take flood away from you. It will reverse your controls. It will do a thing where you ride like an invisible motorcycle that sounds like Yoshi, which is bad when you're trying to climb shit. And there's one where if they give you like I think it's like a turbo nozzle. Sorry, like a hyper nozzle, and if you're like hovering with it, all of a sudden you shoot like thousands of feet into the air, and then you have to wait 5 minutes for Mario to crash down to the earth.
So it just holds your game like hostage for 5 minutes.
That's not the worst one. There's one. It was my most expensive setting. It costs you like $12, where it literally sends you to the beginning of the game, and you have to watch the entire intro cutscene. And I had it happen to me like 5 fucking times.
I was there one time when it happened. It was hilarious.
For $12, I'd do it.
Yeah, same.
That when he's suspended in the air for 5 minutes, do his like legs kick and flail?
Yes, he's just like his arms are gonna pop off at this rate.
He's just flailing in the air for 5 minutes.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, or I think like during like the special stages, like someone was purposely trying to send me to the beginning of the level. So like I would get right to the shine, and then all of a sudden I'm back at the beginning. It's like, fuck, man, all my hard work gone.
Wooed, how wooed.
So what's the reasoning for doing the crowd control thing? Are you doing some kind of like fundraising, or are you just torturing yourself on broadcast again?
Just torturing myself. People seem to like it. Like
I am a masochist.
Yeah, that's basically
I've done that to Dill actually. Like Dill's charity streams, I always. Sorry.
Do you want stuff?
Do you want to talk about that, Lesky, about that?
How many things have I done? I know I've made you do Rasputin on Just Dance for charity.
You've made me eat a lot of bean boozle beans.
A lot of beans. And I think there was one time you were playing Pokemon, and I think I made you, like, kill a Pokemon or something. I know I did something bad.
Either you did that, or you made me reset my entire game
Probably
from, like, a certain point. I think I was actually close to the league as well.
I think it was that. It's funny because I do it, and then I'm like, peace. I'm out.
Bye.
Pull the battery.
You can't yell at me.
Pull the battery.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think the other one that I did recently, I haven't done Donkey Kong Country yet because that's next on my list.
The OG like Nintendo's or Super Nintendo one.
Yeah. But I did Majora's Mask, and
is that what the one with the scary moon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. $10. You get to have the moon crash and remove hours of work. I'm like,
okay,
man.
$10.
$10 only.
Determine it that much.
So when's the next time you're doing this then?
Yeah. Everyone get your $10.
I just got paid recently. Let's go.
We don't have the Good People Media Patreon up yet, but we'll make it happen. Just take these $10.
For $10, we'll make you a Zenith crash into the moon.
That's amazing. So like does it just plays the cutscene? Is that basically what happens?
Yeah, I have a clip I'll actually even share in live chat. Yes. I was about to do archery. Now, it was already weird because people were doing shit like making enemies like super huge or making it foggy where I can't even see the room that I'm in. And it's like, all right, guys, this is going to be a shit show. Let's go. And then all of a sudden, moon just right on the town. I'm like,
So awesome.
I would just keep
on.
doing the $10. You wouldn't even start the game. Like I would just keep crashing the moon into you.
I would do that too.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, thank you. You're paying for my dinner tonight. But at the same time, how dare you?
How dare you? Oh, snap. I get lobster tonight. And it's
When
boom.
that happens as well, Does the entire game restart from the beginning again, or from a certain level?
Yeah, I had to try and figure out where I found like the bow and a couple like transformation masks all over again because I lost like 2 hours of progress.
Is it randomized on top of the crowd control?
Yeah, oh yeah, I played randomizer.
Oh
and,
God!
And not to mention a randomizer that wasn't guaranteed to be beatable. Where like it was purely shuffled anywhere. Like for example, you're trying to get the Goron mask, but you need to be a Goron,
Right.
just to be able to get the Goron mask, and it's like, well, this is not even possible.
So
But
for those that are Zelda noobs, you need the Goron mask to do the barrel, not the barrel, or like the boulder roll to break open like rocks and stuff like that, if I remember right.
yep.
And then if you don't have the Goron mask, you're not getting into one of the. I think you can't get into the Goron temple without the Goron mask. I think, or is it the invisible thing? I forget.
Well, I know glitches, so I can break my way in there.
Oh, so you cheat? Okay,
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah.
Pizza.
I cheat all the time.
you cheat all the time.
Fair enough.
It's okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. If anyone's curious why I keep rubbing my eyes, it's not that I'm crying of laughter. It's like literally the allergies have hit my eyes this year. And I'm like, oh
Oops.
God, this is the first year ever where it's hit my eyes. Like I've had allergies
Oh,
since
no.
I was a teenager. And then like out of nowhere this year, first time ever, it got to my eyes and my eyes would just water. And I'm like, stop. And then I don't know if anyone here wears contacts, but you try to put contacts on when your eyes don't stop watering. It's just a nightmare. But crowd control sounds like fun. I think I'm going to get up some funds and we're going to send Xena through hell on crowd control. Okay, all it says here, Zenith, is Monopoly Plus. This could mean a multiple things knowing it's coming from your community. So
I mean,
Well, we were having a community day, so like we were starting with some marbles on the stream, which is a lot of fun. But we were just like, all right, guys, let's play some Monopoly. So like, you know Monopoly, right?
yeah, the game no one
like-
ever wins.
no, I want it.
So I was curious to just like play it because I saw a couple of people playing, and it was also on sale for pretty cheap. It's like, okay, $4 or $5. It's not a problem. I play it, for the first hour and a half is really fun. But then we found out that when you're playing multiplayer, there is a 95% chance you are not going to finish this game. So
Why?
when people start putting houses down, all of a sudden your turn freezes and you're not able to do anything unless if you sell all the houses.
Is this a glitch?
Yes, a glitch. So either people will be disconnecting nonstop, or it's like I can't do anything except mortgage my houses and properties. What the fuck even? I just built a hotel here. I can't even move, and the game's about to kick me out if I don't make a move in like 3 minutes. So me and my friends all paid $5 to get pissed off that Monopoly doesn't work, and it's also made by Ubisoft.
Of course.
Ubisoft,
There it is.
and they still won't fix their buggy game. That's why the reviews were terrible. It's like, what's wrong? And like, I thought these people were just salty about like being bad at Monopoly. No, they were salty because the game
doesn't
can't
work.
be beaten.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
it could be worse. Ubisoft may just take it away and be like, "Oh yeah, you bought it. Well,
Give it a few
we'll
years.
Here you go. We'll just take it away." But if you don't know, that was the topic of think either last episode or the episode before, where
Yeah.
Ubisoft removed like Assassin's Creed from the Steam store for whatever reason, and now they're removing the DLCs and they put the game back, and it turned into a big old uproar.
Yeah. And that's another thing that Morgan mentioned. If you don't make a quick enough decision, the game will actually bankrupt you.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah, so even more to add to that bullshit.
Jeez.
That sounds like fun. I feel like I'm gonna play some Monopoly, lose all my money. It's like real life.
Yep.
Games. Okay, let's see. So, Zine, did you go on a spending spree? Because we got here you saying you bought some Zelda, you bought some Pokemon, you bought some Paper Mario.
No. This is not me actually. Like,
Is this
going out and
game
buying these
redeemed
games.
through your point system in your channel? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Right.
So.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought
yeah.
you just got like a gigantic eShop card, and we're like, because there's an
Go
art, there's a,
shopping.
there's a story about that in a few minutes. There's a story about that. That's why I was like, okay, Zenith's getting on top of this whole thing, but
Oh yeah. If you want to talk about like having like a whole bunch of trade credit, I think it was like back in like late last year, I ended up getting something like $600 in trade credit.
Whoa.
what did you
So-
trade?
I don't know. It was just a bunch of games that I wasn't planning on playing anymore. Like,
Were
sure,
they
it
rare
was
games?
like these, like some of these were AAA games, like a couple like the old Resident Evil games, and I think I traded in Skyward Sword because like I beat it and I was
this
done.
a GameStop?
Yeah, it was a GameStop.
What the hell? I feel like to get $600
Oh
of
my
anything
God.
out of GameStop, you need to take a truckload of games to.
It's at your house.
I mean, like, sure, I traded in like maybe like 17 or 18 games, but like it's like, and even then, like like maybe 3 or 4 of them were like only like $5, but like for some reason there was like 2 games that got me like $80 in trade credits. Like,
Damn.
you guys are that desperate? What the hell?
Were they all Pokemon games?
No.
We're all confused. We're like, how is
I
Like,
don't know.
This
We're trying
doesn't
to work
sound
this
like
out.
GameStop.
If I can,
No.
It's a Canadian GameStop, though, right?
yeah.
Oh, they're friendlier.
they care? They care over
They
in
care.
Canada.
I'm gonna
GameStop,
look for
we
that.
care
I'm gonna look
more.
for my receipt because I have just enough to get Breath of the Wild 2 for free.
Ooh.
Oh, I
So, like,
see.
that's like- So I got
Nice.
everything from Elden Ring to
Nice.
all like Pokemon, Kirby. I got I think Resident Evil 8 for free. There was a lot that I did with that money. It was great. And I also got a Pro controller as well because like mine was dying.
Oh,
Nice.
So
Yeah, mine's dead. I need to get.
there was a shortage on Xbox controllers for a minute, and I think it kind of
Ooh.
leveled off. But they were having like a supply chain problem or something. And like, I was like, what the hell? Like, Xbox controllers are everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Amazon?
Yeah, and
Amazon.
but like I went to like Target and they had them, and Walmart had them. Now granted, they didn't have like the black and the white ones, like the standard color ones, so maybe that was an issue, but like they had like the yellow one and the pink one and all kinds of random colors. I don't know, I have a nice pretty one that my girlfriend gave me here. It's funny enough, it matches my branding,
Nice.
Nice.
so
It was one of those custom ones, right?
Yeah,
Because you can
it's
like
so
go to Xbox
cool.
and.
yeah, it's so cool. Sony, get on that get on that game, like get on the
Seriously, Thomas
custom-
has one. It's really nice.
The thing is, Sony, when I was looking to buying a second PS5 controller, I wanted to get the Cosmic Red one because that one was like the coolest looking one to me,
Yeah.
but it was out of stock everywhere. Like local stores, online, Amazon, everything. It was just out of stock. So I ended up getting the Midnight Black one instead.
We have it in. I don't know how much it would cost for me to ship you one, but I see them all the time here. So
Yeah.
But then again, we can't get PS5s here until late. Like now, if you need a PS5, they're out there. I've seen
They are.
plenty of pictures of people like seeing
Yeah.
them in stores. They exist.
Yep.
So
They
you
now
can-
exist.
So you
The
got
hype
this.
has died down.
It's nature is healing, I guess, is the term.
Nature
But,
is healing. Graphic cards are coming out everywhere.
So, Zine, so games you're redeeming. So I guess this is something you do with your community where you have people, put up your channel points and then they get to redeem games that you play. Is that what we're getting at with this?
yeah. So because I haven't really played like a whole lot of too much outside from stuff played on stream. So mostly just people like I've been working very very hard on like building up this like online store where there's like hundreds and hundreds of options that people can like sift through to like kind of like build me. All right, I want you to play a Pokemon randomizer, but let's add some Nuzlocke settings. Let's add like this setting where like they're the same type. Let's shuffle all like these settings. So mostly just doing stuff like that. So
Are they like cashing in games that you haven't played in like years, and then you're like, oh, I love this game, or you realize you love it? Because I see Paper Mario. If it's the 1,000-Year Door one, I love that game.
we're currently there isn't a good Paper Mario there isn't a good randomizer for Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door, but it's being worked on.
Oh.
But the one for the N64 is so good, where like depending on what settings you have, like depending on whether you have partners found anywhere in the world or if they're in their found like where you're originally supposed to find them, your gameplay is entirely different. So like last time I like my playthrough, like I went to some really brutal ones where I received double damage. The chapters were difficult. Like all of a sudden, chapter 7, which is the ice area, was like the easiest one.
Interesting.
And you go to a place with all these Goombas and Koopas, and they like almost like one shot you.
Huh.
So that was fun, but then my last playthrough, I get one of the most powerful moves, which is like Super Bomb, which blows up everything on the screen, and only costs you like what the Paper Mario equivalent of like 1 magic point.
That's awesome.
So
I'm gonna try some Paper Mario Randomizer.
It's so good. It's so good. People in chat, you can probably see have tried it as well.
I'm gonna talk to you about doing some of this randomizer stuff off stream here, and I've been meaning to try some of this stuff. Okay, so Leshki put this in there on the sheet like before she got sick, and I was curious to hear about it. Tell me about Raft.
Ah, yeah. Me and 2 friends, we restarted Raft. Now, mind you, whenever I'm on a raft, I don't really do too much of the exploring stuff, but thankfully my husband streamed it for me of all the new content. And if you've been teeter-tottering on that game or like thinking about whether or not you want to go back to it after the new content, 100% do it.
So
totally worth restarting.
What's Raft about? I've seen bits and
Oh,
things.
I've
never played it.
So you're basically stranded on a raft, and you start on I think it's like a 2x2 raft, and there's stuff in the water that you have to collect, resources and things like that, in order to kind of build and expand on your raft, but then also kind of learn different technologies and stuff like that so that you can start like pinging different islands and heading off to different islands to get even more resources. And then there's even like a story behind it where you kind of have to like, I don't want to like spoil it, but you basically just have to like explore. There's things that happen in the story that you have to figure out. It's really fun. I don't do much of the exploring stuff. I leave that to Anna and my husband, because I like cooking and stuff and building. So that's what I do on that game. But it's so much fun.
So I'm looking at it here. It's like a third-person view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open worlds.
1999.
Actually, you're playing in first person though.
Oh, I
I
see.
think you can
Okay.
switch it to third person, but you're playing in first person.
I like
$14.99 for me.
I like the art style like of this.
Yes.
The final.
For
It's
Dinkum?
super fun.
Oh yeah, I've seen some.
This is
streams on
for this is
game.
for Raft, yeah.
Oh, for Raft? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Raft's great.
I've never played Raft. How long has this game been around? Oh, okay. So it's not.
It's been in
I'm not
early
completely
access for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been out for a long time, but in early access with like very limited story. But they just recently released the full story, basically.
Shock.
Raft throws you and your friends into an epic oceanic adventure. Alone or together, players battle to survive perilous voyage of vast seas. Great debris. Okay, I'm gonna
100%
add this.
recommend playing with friends. It's so much more fun with friends, in my opinion. But it does get harder because obviously food and water is more scarce.
Survival.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like kind of Minecraft, but in the sea.
I
In
think
the
I'm
sea,
gonna. I think we're gonna look into this for me and the girlfriend. This looks like a lot because
Really
we're
fun.
trying to find these like nice, simple, like relaxing type of games to play together. We tried
Well-
Overcooked together, and that didn't go well.
I was gonna.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
That's not a nice one.
nope.
That was one of the
Yeah.
first
Abusive
times
and Overcooked.
I always like. She always like blows it off, but like I genuinely felt terrible because she messaged me said like I thought you were mad about my prep, and I was like, oh god, it's just a game. I can't get mad about a game. Like it's just a game. I was like, it's not.
Eric cannot get it together in my kitchen.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Powers is calling you out right there, mate.
Overcooked is yeah. I did play it with friends. I remember when Tom and I first started talking and stuff. We played that together on stream, and oh my god, he had one of his biggest like meltdowns playing that game.
To her credit, she always like does the cooking when she's around. In real
I
life, I'm
turned-
not by any means like a horrible cook in real life. I think I do okay. Like I'm not Gordon
You do
Ramsay or
alright.
anything. Yeah, I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but I do okay. You know,
I definitely turn into Gordon Ramsay when playing Overcooked.
Oh, no.
100%.
There's video evidence.
Oh no.
what are you, an idiot sandwich?
It's raw.
He's raw and he just starts throwing things. I don't know how he doesn't do it anymore, but like when that TV show was like hot in the 2000s, the early ones,
Yeah.
he was like calling guests heifers and stuff like that. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
dude, like,
He had no filter.
He had zero filter.
but he's just one of those guys. I like him so much because he really reminds me of me. He just wants people to like do what they need to do and then like create minimal stress at work. That's all I ask for in life. Like, but damn. Okay, so I'm definitely on board for checking out RAF. I think I'm going to look into this because this looks like a
Highly
lot of fun.
recommend.
Okay,
It
this
is.
looks like a lot of fun. And now I'm going to look up Dinkum here.
Oh,
Dinkum.
don't even bother. So
What?
that's actually like
Oh.
a game that I played for maybe like an hour. Did not like it. And
Looks
it's-
good.
No
though.
offense. Yeah, no offense to the. It maybe could be me, but I hated the camera controls. It was super weird. Like this seemed like a game that was up my alley because I love these type of games. Like that's my style of game. But it was just I kept getting dizzy, and I don't usually get dizzy from games. But like you had to like just the camera. It's so hard to explain without you actually like trying it out.
It says all reviews overwhelmingly positive except Leshki.
Unless
Except me,
actually,
probably except me.
she's the one mixed one.
Maybe they fixed the camera because when I played it, the camera was awful, and I couldn't tell what direction to go in, and it was just awful. And then apparently, which I didn't notice because I tend to just skip through dialogue in these type of games. I don't even listen to what they say, but there are some things that were said that like reference to back in the settlement era where people would sell kids
Ooh.
for stuff.
Okay,
And
that's
apparently-
not
yeah.
nice.
Apparently there was some reference to that, but I completely missed it because, like I said, I just skipped dialogue. I just escape, so
then.
just seeing that alone, I was just like, nah, and I got a refund.
I'll tell you what
like-
bothers me about
That's good.
this game. I'm looking at the Steam page, right, and the little thumbnail icon for it, and the dude holding the RAF is totally Hispanic. Like he's just like, I'm like, wait a minute. But
Yeah, so
no,
I wanted to like the game, but
It's
just didn't
it's
even wanna bother.
basically like what 3D Stardew Valley kind of.
It looks like that, yeah.
it has like a feel, like a Minecrafty kind of feel. I don't know. Have you ever played Eco?
I've wanted to try Eco and I haven't yet.
Because it had a little bit of that Eco kind of feel to it as well, especially with like the map environment and things like that. But Eco's fun.
How does
Are you
that-
excited
for,
Oh, is it that?
Sorry,
This one? Yeah. Sorry. I'm just looking up eco.
Oh, no problem.
Oh yeah,
Are you excited for Coral Island?
I kickstarted that. I can't wait for it.
Ooh.
It looks really, really good because
There's
I
so many
grew up
games.
on like games like Harvest Moon, and that was before Stardew Valley became was a thing even.
Oh, the cows look cute in this one. They're all fat and like have chubby faces and everything.
Jesus.
Coral
I
Island.
Forget, is that one
Bondage.
coming out soon? I know the alpha's going on.
I think they're
October
gonna
11th,
launch it-
according to Steam.
Well, it said estimated delivery was June 2021, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it's in early
Well,
access.
they've
I
delayed.
think.
Yeah, they've delayed it plenty.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
looks cute. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they
I mean,
got it.
there's so many games coming out I can't wait for. Disney Dreamlight Valley is going to be like top of my list. I'm going to be so sad if it's disappointing of a game, but
Oh, yeah, it
We're
says here
gonna-
11th October.
We're all gonna jump in on this Disney thing, just so
Yes,
I
we are.
you know
Disney.
I didn't tell the other two guys yet, but we're all gonna jump in on this Disney.
Are you paying for me, Eric?
Are you paying for me?
It's free to play.
Because I'm a different country, aren't I?
It's free to play.
it's supposed to be, yeah.
Okay.
Although early access requires you to pay, but unless you have
Oh.
Game Pass, if you have the Xbox Game Pass, it's included.
I have Game Pass.
Then it's included, yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
But I'm paying for it. I'm paying the early access for Steam because I want it.
I'm a Nintendo.
I'm a
Sorry.
Nintendo.
A Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo don't bother.
It's going to be released on Nintendo too.
Okay, I'll play.
Yes, I'll play it.
Pardon me a second here. I got my mic cable caught under like The wheel of the chair. You know,
Uh-oh.
like when your chair sucks in the cable, like the wheel just
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But we'll just lap this guy. Okay, cool. Okay, so Coral Island looks. Okay, so Dinkus is a no-go. That's not in Leslie's approval list.
Dinkum, yeah. For
Dinkum,
me.
not Dinkus.
For me, I did not like it, and after hearing about the story or whatever, now I'm stepping on cables. I wasn't going to continue supporting it.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the one thing I know about Fortnite is, did you buy the John Cena skin?
No.
What John Cena skin? I didn't see a
I'm
John
not-
Cena skin.
Yeah, they just had Epic Games just had a big collaboration with WWE and released skins for Fall Guys, Fortnite,
Yeah.
and Rocket League.
You know they had that Vince McMahon one lined up, and then they're like, "Yeah, no,
Never mind. Yeah.
never mind."
Fall Guys definitely got the better skins out of the three.
Wait, which
Fall
one's
Guys,
did Fall Guys
100%.
get?
100%.
Xavier Woods,
Undertaker.
Undertaker, and Asuka.
Yeah.
Was there one more? Or no, that's it.
No, just three.
And they also had a celebration, like the Undertaker celebration in Fall Guys. It was Chef's Kiss. It's-
Oh my
So
God! There's a
good.
little Undertaker Fall Guy here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
Fall Guys definitely got the better skins.
Oh my God! How much are they charging for these things?
I mean, Fortnite got an
It
invincible
was
skin,
$20.
so...
It was 20, but yeah, it was $20 for the for all of them though. You can't buy them separate. You just get the whole bundle.
That's okay. This Undertaker one is legit.
I find it hilarious that Fall Guys is going down the same road that Fortnite is, where it's like, you know, we don't care about copyright. Let's just put
Let's just
everything
do
in
it.
it.
Well, it's because Epic
do
Games
it.
bought it.
That's true.
Wow. Wait, did they
Epic-
not? Did they not get like a? This is not licensed by the WWE. They just like.
No, it is. It is. They had a
okay.
collaboration.
Oh, I was gonna say, did they just take like likenesses and were like, graveyard guy?
That'd be a lot of lawsuits.
Graveyard
if
guy.
that
No,
happens.
they actually had the licensing on this one.
Yeah.
That's what my old work used to do, Eric, where we had this one like
Oh,
game
no.
that was like an FPS, and you had like Batman and Iron Man costumes, and you had, but they were renamed to like Tin Man or Dark Soldier. It's like, that's fucking
no.
Batman.
Have you ever seen those? You know, there's like companies out there that make movies and like they purposely like make similar style movies and give them very similar names just so the movie like showed up like right next to them at like Blockbuster or whatever. So like you would find like Jurassic Disaster and it would be like right next to Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yep.
And there'd be like Fast and the Furious, and then there's one right next to it called like Fast Street Racing and something like that. Like just completely like
Yeah. 4 angry
generic.
people in cars.
Yeah, angry people in cars. But like, yeah, it's, someone in the chat just mentioned the off-brand cereal, like the bag cereal.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Fruitios.
Fruitios.
Cinnamon
gosh.
squares.
Pebbles of fruit.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wow. Chocolate crumble. And you're like, oh, okay, this sounds great, you know, and it's like, it's just a big
Some of
old
it's really good. I will give it that.
as I've gotten older, I'm starting to realize like it all pretty much comes from the same place. Just
Pretty much. Yeah, I've learned.
I'm just like, nope.
Marketing, man.
Yeah, it's yeah. You realize how much they spend on that stuff a year, just so you know who Cookie Crisp. What is it? Cookie Crisp has the
Cookie.
the burglar, right? Like it's like a burglar looking dude or something like that. Anyway, we know.
Hamburglar?
Yeah, Captain Crunch has the actual
Captain
pirate
Crunch.
looking dude, you know,
Yes.
and all that stuff. Like they spent a lot of money, toucans, and now they got the whole Funko thing where it's like, oh, we gotta make pops of all these things, and I'm just like, okay.
Mhm.
It's a wolf. It's a wolf. Okay, it's a Cookie Crisp wolf. Whatever.
Nailed it.
It costs a ton of money. Okay, Dill is on some Pokemon.
Hi.
Hi, Dill's on some Pokemon. Let's see, what do we got here? There's a Pokemon randomizer. Let's talk about the randomizer. What's
Okay.
the Nuzlocke randomizer?
Nutlock.
I was like,
That's,
what?
that-
And
that's the after dark version of the
Whoa.
Nuzlocke randomizer.
That's the after.
It's where everyone
Alright.
must breed.
That's probably actually exists on the internet, sadly.
Let's not look it up. That's for sure.
No,
I'm looking it up.
no, do it. No.
I'm just picturing the big
so-
gigantic like Pokeball like tied up thing.
Not
No, Clefairy, you're not supposed to do that.
I choose you.
What are we talking about?
Your randomizer, your Nuzlocke randomizer.
Nuzlocke. So I've been. This was like one of my incentives from St. Jude month that I did. That I got redeemed, and so I returned to it like a while ago. What a Nuzlocke randomizer is it's basically each air route you go through, you have to catch at least one Pokemon. Nickname it. If you fail to catch Pokemon in that route counts as a bust, so you can't catch any more Pokemon from that route. And then you have to move on to the next route, and the next route, and the next route. The important thing is, though, is that in a Nuzlocke, if a Pokemon faints, it counts as dead. Like, it is fully dead. It has to be either PC'd or fully released, basically. And with the randomizer set as well, my Pokemon can be like any one of like I'm doing platinum right now, so it's any one in the 483 Pokemon or 93 Pokemon in the Pokedex. So yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just like a whole bunch of chaos that can end up either making or breaking me, depending on like what the gym leader Pokemons can be and what Pokemon that I can catch, really. So
are these done through Nintendon'ts, or is this like some?
It's done via a system that I shall not name because I don't know if I'll get into trouble if I name it.
Okay, Nintendo. It's a Nintendo.
Yeah, and it uses the universal Pokemon randomizer in order to actually like set some of the things up, like the randomizing everything. I've got like the.
Oh, I use that one.
Yeah, it's what I've used to randomize everything from like the gym leaders Pokemon to wild Pokemon to even egg Pokemon and gift Pokemon, all randomized basically. And every single one.
Every Pokemon game I've tried, I've never made it through.
How do you know?
I don't like. I'm just like, okay, I get it.
Boredom.
I understand. Like, it doesn't like keep me excited. Although the last like mainline game where you could turn them into like mega Pokemon and they became all giant, I was like, okay, this I'm about.
That's not Mega Evolution. That's Gigantamax and Dynamaxing. That's what that is.
That's legit to me because and then it felt like Godzilla. You know, like you just trampling a city with gigantic Pokemon.
The thing about that, though, is that it's a fun gimmick, but it's something they'll only ever use once. And then I think in the next games, they've got like 3 different gimmicks they're using. So I do wish the Pokemon would bring some of the old gimmicks back that they had, but
I bought the last game that came out, the Arceus one. And
Legends Arceus, yeah.
Yeah, I played it for about an hour, and it's been sitting on the shelf.
I put about like 60 hours into that game.
Oh my.
Yeah, I fully did everything, completed everything, got all the Pokemon, like whole shebang.
I nearly finished it.
I guess I'm that prime example of like not every game's for everybody. Like everyone will go on and talk about it, and then just like for me, it's like this game isn't for me, and just like okay, I guess it's not it. And then some of them I torture myself with, like Kingdom Hearts, where I'm like, okay, I know it's not for me, but I'm gonna keep torturing myself with it anyway. And I'm just
I love that comment in the chat. That's when only Pokemon you can use as a C dot for the for the Nutlock.
Yeah, the
Nutlock.
I might try that one day.
Oh my god.
Jeez. And then you're doing some Pokemon random. What Pokemon did you switch to? Because you said on your Twitter you started a new run and you had a DS. So which one did you?
Was that the one I took the picture of my DS?
Yeah, you took a picture of your DS.
Oh, that was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorer of the Sky. That one is more of a dungeon crawl Pokemon game, like a spin-off from Pokemon series. Yeah, it's honest answer. If you want to play a Pokemon game with a really like good story, it's one of the best ones, in my personal opinion. Like, it actually has a really well in-depth story, lots of plot twists in it as well, and an ending which actually will probably bring a tear out your eye as well. Like, it's quite an emotional ending to it.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's one of the best ones, in my personal opinion, along with, like, Pokemon Coliseum, honestly.
You'll never guess what I saw at there's a comic book swap meet that me and my girlfriend go to, and you'll never guess what I saw. I saw the infamous Pokemon box. If you don't know what Pokemon box is, it was basically a GameCube game that was a Pokemon locker, and it's probably one of the most rarest Pokemon games you can get.
Yeah.
This dude had a price tag of like $1,500 on it.
Okay, yes.
Everyone's ears were just like,
My dude.
$1,500. But these things are. I don't know. It's not even a game. It's just like a storage system that you use on the GameCube.
It was used for Gen 3, if I recall.
Yeah, and then you hook up, like, remember the Game Boy Advance cable thing? Like, you hook that up and you hook it up to the GameCube, and it would like store the Pokemon in the game.
Do I still have that? I
that
might
game,
still have
if you have the game, you need to go to the store and.
I might. I mean, I remember doing that with my GameCube. I still have my GameCube.
Look for that because that thing's worth a lot
I'll
of
have to
money.
look
You
for
might
it,
beat
yeah.
you might beat Zenith's $600 trade-in at GameStop with it.
Well, a $1,500 trade in there.
No, GameStop will be like, we'll give you $30 and then call it a day. Okay, so you got some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon going. Okay,
That's in my spare time, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try
Well-
Mystery Dungeon. Is it an expensive one? Like, is it gonna cost me a fortune?
I don't know. If I'm going to be honest, you could be better off emulating the game, honestly, because I don't know.
I'm sorry.
How
You're getting better off Nintendo.
Hang on, Pokemon. If do you have a Wii U?
I do have a Wii U.
It might be on the Wii U store. You might want to look on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll get that.
before it closes.
That's we're going to talk about that shortly here. So, we'll give you my rundown here for those that are interested. We've gone almost full swing into Doom 2016. I'm loving it. It's starting to get like really tense, and my reaction times are starting to like go up because it just gets crazier and crazier and more wild and wild. And
It's
just
so good.
It's just
so
loud
good.
blasting and shooting, and I'm all about it.
Yeah,
Music is so good in that too.
it's fantastic.
I'm not an FPS guy, but like, there's something about Doom and just the amount of just raw violence and the epic metal soundtrack. I'm just like, fuck, I love this.
It's
Have
so
you tried
good.
Are you gonna do Doom Eternal after this?
I just bought Doom Eternal. Like I bought it shortly after.
I recommended
You're an
Doom
Avatar.
Eternal to him. Like
It's so
it's so good.
like, I enjoyed Eternal more than Doom 2016.
That's what Dill said. Dill said Doom Eternal had more like lore and storytelling to it versus the first game. But
It's much more arcadey as well. Like it's much more arcade based.
But
Yeah.
such a well done, like I guess quote unquote reboot of a series that was almost long forgotten, I think. But like those are like first persons I love. I love things like Doom and Quake, and I wish
that was my first game ever.
Quake.
Oh,
Quake was the first game I ever played.
Nice.
I think you mentioned that.
That's awesome.
I talked about my dad, how my dad did the whole LAN in the house.
Oh,
like,
that's
he
right.
wired it.
That's right. And then Hannah was talking about how like her dad let her play Doom while sitting on his lap or something when she was just a child.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. Like, yeah. It's just I remember the old Doom, and like it was on. I didn't have a computer back then. They were pretty expensive, and like we used to have it at the school. I don't know how the kids got the disc into the school with it or whatever, and how schools had no security like on their computers back in the day. You had the disc, you had
Always
access
Oregon
to
Trail.
Oregon Trail. Why has no one remade that?
There's a browser version.
No, I'm talking like full on, like with the success of like Animal Crossings and all these like farm games like Stardew Valley, The Sims, and all that kind of thing. Why has nobody geared it up and been like, you know what? Let's go remake Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I demand more dysentery.
I demand more death.
I did not put it on the sheet yet, but there was a Sims article that was pretty wild that came out.
Oh god, yeah, I saw you retweeting that.
Yeah, but
God.
we'll talk about that shortly here. So, Doom 2016, highly recommend it. Go play Doom 2016. Get like if you want that single player first person experience, you're gonna get it here. We kind of put Link Between Worlds on the back burner a little bit. I'm still working my way through that. I did a little bit of Cuphead because I was trying to finish it for the DLC, the Delicious Last Course, which is brilliant marketing in itself. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm remembering how good. This is why it was like my favorite game of that year. Cuphead is so unique. What am I? Oh no, Zenith, what happened?
I'm just watching what's happening in chat. I'm sorry.
Well, let's take a look at what's going on in chat.
Oh my god,
Are you gonna share with the class?
I'm just writing it right now. Oh god.
I have no idea.
More dysentery on the Morgan trail.
I'm sorry, this is very random, but the layout of the stream gave me Brady Bunch vibes. We're a family here. We're all about the Brady Bunch here. Okay, let's see. I was scared to... Okay, let's see here. Lava on fire. Okay, let's see. Everyone in... I enjoyed wrecking everyone. Okay, this sounds like where it's going to start. All they're doing is laughing at each other. I don't even know what's funny in this chat.
Well, it's what Chippy said.
I was gonna say, yeah. Then you have more dysentery with the Morgan Trail.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. I get it now.
There you go. Now you got it. Now you got it.
I see it. But yeah. So yeah, we put a little Link Between Worlds on the back burner. We did some Cuphead. I'm working my way through Cuphead. I'm trying to like it. It's hard. I forgot how hard the game actually is. It's all timing. It's all like guess until you're constantly repeating stuff until you win.
Yeah. I think I've already told you about this, Eric, haven't I, about my experience with Cuphead.
That's the one that broke him. Cuphead is the one that broke Dill. For all the Dark Souls games and all that stuff, Cuphead is the one that breaks Dill.
It was the Cuphead that broke me. I might return to it, though. I'm getting the urge to, even though, you know...
But I remember when Cuphead came out and I realized, like, okay, this is probably going to be one of those games of the years for me because the art style, the music, it is so unique. It is unique.
It is.
And
I wanted to like it, but I'm so bad at those platformer type games that all I could do is watch people play it. I can't do it.
It's one of those things where you don't like the game because of the game, but you know it's good just because of the way, like, how unique it is. You're never going to forget Cuphead.
No, I will not.
Yeah, Cuphead's one of those ones. It's like a Netflix TV show and stuff now too. I think if I remember right. Yeah. So
really? I did not know that.
Yeah, you will not forget Cuphead. Did anyone watch? Before I talk about, we're going to talk about Stray shortly here. But did anyone watch the Resident Evil thing on Netflix? The new Resident Evil.
I immediately watched a video of Moist Critical's reaction to the series, and I immediately knew, yep, that's what I thought would happen.
I don't know why they have so much lore. They have what?
They
13,
have
14
games. Yeah.
14 games of Resident Evil lore to work with, and they refuse to use it. None of it.
Yep. Because they want to try and do their own thing and be clever, and it always backfires in their face.
Then who the hell is this for? Like, they're using the Resident Evil name and brand, and like that. Like, this isn't the only movie studio trying to develop a video game that has done this before. Why, if they want it to be more appealing, why don't they use the material that actually has worked?
Well, here's the thing. If you don't remember this, late last year, they did release a Resident Evil movie that was supposed to correlate with the story of, like, some of the Resident Evil games. The problem is that they mixed too much together when they did that. That they basically used the source material of 1, 2, and 3 and made it into an hour and a half movie, and it was just like, how can you cram that much content in one movie? You know,
I think
I'm actually
just
concerned for The Last
game.
of Us.
Oh,
I'm on the fence because they've been showing screenshots and there's a lot of like shot for shot stuff they've been showing. Like, they haven't shown the giraffe thing yet, which I'm waiting to see if they do the giraffe thing.
Too. Yeah.
Because that's like one of those iconic moments in that game. I'm waiting for the giraffe thing, but they haven't shown that yet. But I believe in it's Pedro Pascal, right?
Yes.
I believe in Pedro Pascal. I think he's going to. But the thing about Pedro Pascal is he says himself he did not play the game. He read the script and he developed his performance off of the script.
Did he at least watch somebody play it or no?
I don't know of that part, but from what I understand, he didn't actually play it. He just read the script and he wanted. It's okay. I guess it's kind of like how you see it. It's possibly concerning.
But it could be that they're going script word by word.
Right. Or he just wants to take the character and put his... Because I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where this game has such a beloved fan base. And I'm one of them. I'm a Last of Us simp, so I'll admit it here. It's one of those things where people are going to go in and they're going to expect to see the Joel that they played.
Yeah.
Whereas the show has to market to more than just the fans of that game in order for them to recoup, the money they spent on it. So it's going to be this thing where he's kind of like put his own spin on the character, make his own unique take on the character. Because is it Druckmann? Is Neil Druckmann the one that does Joel? Or is it the other one? Hannah always simps for him. What's his name? The one that did Uncharted or whatever. I forget. But
Nathan Drake?
Whoever did Nathan Drake's voice.
Nolan North?
North. Yeah, I think it's Nolan North or whatever. I don't know who did the voice for Joel. Pardon my
No,
ignorance.
that was Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So and then people are like, "Where's Troy Baker? Where's Troy Baker?" I'm like, "This is not the video game."
Apparently he is going to be in the show, but not as Joel.
Right. He's going to do some kind of, thing.
Yeah.
But
Extra.
What's her name that plays the Ellie?
Yeah,
Ashley Williams.
Ashley Williams.
Yeah, so like she's also supposed to have a part in the show too, but like in a entirely different way.
Yeah.
So I think Leshke's concerns are warranted. I think it's going to be one of those things like this can either be bomb as hell
Really
or
good.
it's going to be a dumpster fire.
The thing that to know as well is that the people who are writing this show are the same people who made the Chernobyl series, and that one was
That gives
really
me a little
well
faith.
received. That gives me a little bit more faith in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Resident Evil, don't waste your time.
No.
Noted.
Just go play Resident Evil, dude.
Just play the Resident Evil games.
You just play
Even the
Resident Evil.
movie.
Even play Resident Evil 6. It's better.
Yeah, just go play Resident Evil 6. I didn't play 6, but 7 is fantastic.
I
8's
played a little
okay.
bit of 6. It has way too many action sequences.
I think 7 is my 7. 2 is my favorite one. The remake of 2 is my favorite one.
2
'cause that
remake
game-
was my favorite one too, yeah.
But I think outside of that, I think 7's probably in the modern ones. 7, I think, is my jam.
7 and 8
yes.
were so good.
All right,
8 was definitely good.
you want to talk about Stray before we go on the break here?
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to hear, because I'm the only one that's played. I'm actually going to post up a playthrough pretty soon. I'm working on a little playthrough for the channel. So I've been recording myself doing some Stray gameplay. That'll be up, sometime this week after the podcast goes up. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. But I want to hear from what you guys have watched and seen so far. What are you thinking of this?
It's cute.
It's cute. It's cute. Okay.
It's very cute.
It's
I was
cat-
gonna say I've only seen the cute parts of it, but I've heard people say the actual story itself is not meant to be cute.
It's okay. Zenith, what
That's what all I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Zenith? Have you seen any footage of it or anything yet?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's compact in a way where it's cozy, where you lose a few hours to it. It's got some really interesting story, some beautiful environments, and just little things going around someone's house as a cat and having to jump up on stacks of books is quite frankly really cool. But it's not exactly a very lighthearted game.
This is definitely because we talked about this when we did the first episode. We were talking about, we're going to wait and see what's going on with this game. The trailers itself. So now that I've played some of it, I'm about an hour in. The trailers totally showed a different game, I think.
Okay.
This game is not what it seems if you're watching it from the trailer. It's, if I remember right. So what I can say right off the bat, this game is gorgeous. For it being I guess Annapurna's technically an indie developer, right?
Yeah.
So for indie developer, this game is gorgeous. It's the greens are very lush. The moss on the piping and everything, it's all well done. For beautiful looking game. And then the fact that there's a meow button, so we played with the meow button for a little bit, and then you meow. I don't own cats, but it's accurate enough to where if someone hits the meow button, I think someone on another podcast I listened to said they hit the meow button and then their cat responded to the TV.
There've been a lot of videos of cats responding to the game.
And then there's another button you can press and you will interact with the other cats. You'll rub up on them. You'll lick their face. No butthole sniffing yet, but I'm sure that'll come at some point.
The butthole mod.
Yeah, cat butthole sniffing. None of that yet. No cat booty. But so it's very straightforward. it's very, I feel like it's linear. It's not very open world from what I'm gathering here. It's very linear. Now, there's different ways you can kind of navigate the path, but it's all pretty linear. You jump up pipes, you jump up boxes. There's this very cool thing you can do where to solve the puzzles, you'll have to jump up a certain way, and then you'll knock down a board, and then that board will get you across the path, across the gap you need to progress forward.
So it's like a puzzle game in a way.
It's a mix of, it's very puzzly, I think. There was another sequence, without too many spoilers, there's another sequence where you have to locate batteries to power on machines. And then to get certain ways to get to the batteries, you have to knock things off of like shelves and things of that sorts to get yourself navigated. So it's actually really, really cool. The music in this game is the totally thing that's hooking me. It's very eerie. It's very dark. It's very gloomy sounding. It's quote unquote spooky. Very, very moody music. And as you're navigating the city, you get to this city segment, and now you're almost in this world of like Akira meets Blade Runner meets robots. And you're like, okay, it totally throws you for a loop. And then now you're this cat that's trying to navigate through all of this stuff, these elements. And then you make it to this little loft, and then you find a little companion. You find a companion that's basically a little mini like droid, little floating flying droid that hovers above you as you walk. And the droid can supply you with a flashlight and all kinds of things to help you navigate the world. So it's incredibly good. It's a good game. It's just not what I think people were expecting. Maybe I don't know if people were expecting they were going to get this cute, sweet little cat game where you just kind of like hop around a city or something like that. It's not that. This is actually a very well thought out game which seems to be a pretty decent plot line. The negative caveats: the game is short, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours max. Isn't it?
It's under 10 hours.
Yeah.
But the positive to that is the game is only $30.
Yeah, true.
So,
and if you have a certain PlayStation Plus subscription, you can get it on there too.
I'll go through that right here too. So, it is exclusive on PlayStation 5 if you're on console. So, if you're on console, you need PlayStation. It is available on Steam. I don't think it's available on Epic or any of those. I think it's on Steam only. If you do own a upgraded tier of PlayStation Plus outside of the Essentials, so if you have like, I don't know what they're called. Extra. PlayStation Plus Extra, you have access to the game as part of that subscription plan. Yeah. No Game Pass, nothing like that. This is strictly on the PlayStation, on the console front. So if you have that PlayStation Plus Extra, you can hop right in and start playing. My personal opinion, $30 seems like a fair, safe bet with this. $30 seems fair for 10 hours of gameplay, considering in LA I'm paying $20 for a 2-hour movie ticket.
What?
Yeah, movie tickets in LA are about $20. 18 to 20.
They're about like £5-6 over here in the UK.
That must
like,
be nice.
It's like, I think that's like what, $10?
Yeah, something like that. But so, now that you've kind of heard the other caveat and the other issue I had with it is controls. Sometimes, or not controls. Controls were. I had a couple issues with controls where, as you navigate the path, the activate button for the jump, like it'll tell you. Sometimes you get it in games where it's like you point to a certain area and it'll say press this to do this.
Yeah.
That doesn't always trigger, so you kind of find yourself roaming around, going like, where do I go, or what pipe do I need to jump on to progress forward? Because that thing doesn't trigger. The other thing is I get random frame rate drops on the PC. It's I'm running a 3080 and I'm dropping frames in some cases of the game where I'm like, what the heck? But it tends to bounce back up. But overall, it's an enjoyable, playable experience. Play it with a controller. That seems to be the safe bet way to play it. But all in all, I'm in on Stray. We'll finish the playthrough. I'll put some of that footage up on the channel here so people can check it out. And well, all in all, I think Stray's a safe bet. It's getting very positive reviews on Steam and all the other storefronts. Yep. I would jump in. Anyone?
I'll play it one day.
Anyone? Any of you two down there interested in like jumping on it like soon? No,
Nah.
no, you got
No.
too much. You got too much
Maybe if I had the
Undertaker.
money, for
Undertaker
sure.
Fall
Too-
Guys,
She's too into Fall Guys.
right?
Yeah.
To even like games coming in the future in September, August, and stuff like.
What's coming in September? What's the next big one?
I'm trying to remember.
There's another game that's coming out in early access that I absolutely cannot wait for, and I can't remember which one of the ones that
on.
I've backed it is.
You're a big backer, huh? Do you back a lot of like indie projects?
I do. I like to because a lot of the indie games is what I typically prefer. Like Hako Life, for example, that was something I backed. That was like underrated, and not many people know about it, and things like that.
Tunic.
Wildflowers.
That's the one I heard about. I heard about Wildflowers. So
Wildflowers and Disney Dreamlight are the two games that'll be.
yeah, Leshki's got her log already good to go.
Fair enough.
We'll be hearing a lot about these indie games. I'm looking forward to it.
I love indie games. Yeah.
Someone in the chat mentioned Splatoon 3, which if any of you are on that on
That's
the Switch.
in August, I think.
Oh, August. Okay.
Remember?
I think that's August.
Last of Us.
No, actually, no, I'm wrong. Yeah, Splatoon 3. It says it comes out on the Switch in September, but not.
Is that the if anyone's looking at September? Is that the Last of Us month too? Is that when they do the Last
Yes,
of Us
that comes
remake?
out on the 5th. No, 2nd of September.
They're gonna
Is
get
it
another
August?
$70.
Is it August when they launch Ring of Power for Amazon? So maybe that's what you're confusing with.
Maybe.
Here,
Yeah,
I'll check
August
this
got
out.
the Saints Row reboot.
Well,
Ring
it's
of
gonna be
Power is September 2nd.
It's funny
Right.
because it was such a dry first half of the year. Everything was dry, no games, no nothing, and now everything's coming. The big stuff's coming.
I mean, I had Elden Ring. That can be busy for at least a few months.
it was Elden Ring and Horizon, and then everything was kind of a dry spell up until now, which was basically Stray is the most talked about game this month, and then we'll see. We'll see. They're gonna get another $70 out of me for The Last of Us. I'll bite the bullet for you.
I'll wait until it goes on sale. I've already talked about how I don't agree with the price at all one bit. So
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break and then we'll get into some of the news here. So, if you're listening, this is Good Friends, Good Games, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Good Friends, Good Games. And we just went through all the stuff. We talked about Stray a little bit. We talked about some Zelda randomizers. We talked about Raft. Raft sounds really, really interesting. I'm ready to jump in and
I
check
can't
that
wait.
out. That sounds like a couples game that I feel like we can really grasp. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna survive life together. Okay.
Or push each other off, one of the two.
I feel like Pal's gonna Titanic me, and like I'm just gonna be like, "Can I have some room on the? Can I get some room on the board?" No,
no.
I'll just sit here and soak in freezing water. That's BS.
And get bit by a shark.
Yeah, shark. I'll be
There's a shark.
half my body's missing when she pulls me out of the water.
They also have crowd control for Raft, by the way.
Ooh,
Oh,
That
And
is
Cuphead.
dangerous.
now you have Zen's interest.
Zen's all about it. All right,
I spawned like 50 sharks for my friend, so
Jesus.
sorry, Tony.
Jesus, 50 sharks. Okay, let's get into some news here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over some of the bigger articles first. So the biggest article I think to come out in the past week or so here is we got some news about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that everyone in this panel here has some experience with Grand Theft Auto in some way, shape, or form.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think all of us here, most of the people in this chat have probably touched a Grand Theft Auto at some space and time here. So the biggest thing to come out of this is then now this was corrected in the article. This comes out of IGN. Rockstar, the rumor is, and this came out of Bloomberg also from Jason Schreier, is that GTA 6 is going to premiere the female lead. And this is the first time that it's been done in the 3D Grand Theft Auto world. So we're going to get a female protagonist. Supposedly, this is all alleged and rumored. It's going to follow a Bonnie and Clyde type storyline that takes place in Miami, give or take, a Miami-esque thing. So we're probably gonna get like Vice City or something again. Now,
Totally.
looking at the article again here, what it does state though is that cities will be added later. So it's not just going to take place in the one city.
So with more cities in the future and DLC content.
That's what I'm going to guess is going to happen.
Okay.
So if most of us here know now that Rockstar's really reaping the rewards of the, what is it, the GTA Online and the shark card sales and all that stuff.
Yeah. GTA Online, GTA Roleplay, shark card sales, all that content
That's where
to it and everything. Yeah,
that's
I
where
love
we've
the
been.
roleplay content.
I'm with it. I dig it. It's not for me, but when I watch it, I get it. It's entertaining. It's fun.
it's fun to watch.
I roleplayed once, and that was so fun. I wish I had the time to actually like get into it more. Which makes me wonder, like, if the GTA 6 has DLC and stuff, like, is that gonna affect the roleplay? Like, I'd really love to see that.
This is going to be this is what's going to be interesting. So there's some fears and some concerns. So one, like I said, they're going to add cities. There's a dog back there.
I see dog right there.
There's a dog.
He opened my door. Yes, I apologize.
Yeah.
Oh, no apologies needed. He's welcome like the rest of us. So this is what we're looking at. So yes, it's supposed to be a city that gets cities will be added. It's rumored to take place in a Miami-esque type thing, so we're probably going to get a Return to Vice City, give or take.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the surrounding areas. I would love to see like a Boondocks, Florida, like a hillbilly part of, like the hillbilly part of Florida.
The worst part of Florida.
You know,
Oh my gosh,
which I don't know.
Florida Man Auto, where you just come up to like a strip club on your alligator.
What do they call those ones? The pontoon boats? Like you just.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, yeah.
So here's where I think this is where people have some concerns. So on top of this article, it also states that Rockstar themselves have become more inclusive in their environments. They're looking at the articles and stuff. It looks like they've done things for the staff. They've reduced crunch.
Yeah, good.
They've done more cohesive, inclusive working environment, et cetera, to improve the working conditions there. People are thinking, I can see the misconceptions here. So the idea of the female protagonist is already putting people on this edge of like, okay, Rockstar's gone woke culture.
Yeah.
I can see it. I think it's, I don't know how to put it. I can see the concerns for it. I can see why people would be, because Rockstar has always been that company and always been that game maker that basically every GTA that gets made is it's like a criticism of the environment and the culture and everything at the given time that the game takes place. So like Vice City was in Miami with a lot of excess, coke, hookers, all kinds of stuff, excessive Republican excess in the 80s. And then San Andreas was basically a take on 90s, hood culture. So it I can see why fans of this series would get that, because I do feel if you take that, quote unquote woke culture approach to this game, it's going to strip away what GTA is about, because GTA has always been a play on that. It's always been a commentary on those culture issues at the time. So I'm curious as to like what your guys' thoughts are on this whole thing.
It's kind of a hard one, because there was a lot of like comments that I saw on it of a lot of people, screaming at the fact that they're gonna have a female lead, because like they were it's felt like to me a lot of these people were trying to gatekeep GTA to like the bro culture and everything like that, and the male culture and everything. I just read all those like tweets about it and everything, and I'm just like, can you just fuck off?
Honestly,
Please.
I just want to tell people to just get over yourselves.
Yeah,
Just get over yourselves. Like, what? You can't be a badass because you can't. You have to play a woman, so now you're like. It doesn't stop you when you play other games where the woman is like pretty much half naked. Just shut up. Like,
Right.
And then there's you got like a.
There's also been no indications that just because it's a female lead, it's going to be what people think the female lead in a modern game would be. Like there's no indications of that. And it's like, like I said, I can see concerns, quote unquote, because GTA's always been a specific thing. He's back. Oh, now he's leaving. He's playing. No, it's like
He's hyper right now.
That's okay. GTA's always been like this specific thing. You go and you know you're getting this, you know you're getting that, and that's what GTA is. How do you feel about Zenith? What are you thinking?
It's kind of tough to get a read on it because, like, first of all, it's about time because we have like 50 iterations of GTA 5. You could probably play on your fridge at this point. It's like the modern
it's Skyrim
modern standard of Doom and Skyrim. Yes,
Grand Theft Skyrim.
So as for like honestly, like female lead, great, because like it's good to kind of have something that's a little bit more universal, especially like with people that are all kinds of all kinds of genders, races, play GTA. So why not mix something that's a little bit more accessible where people can relate more to the character, which is kind of weird in a Grand Theft Auto game where that obviously, like you said, that has like that criticizes just the cultural environments that it's in for that time of era of when the GTA game takes place. They also mentioned something like it being more culturally sensitive.
That's what I'm kind of like getting at.
So, I mean, like, I'm all for it, especially in a way where it's like, it keeps things like respectful in a sense of where it's like, this is what it is, but that doesn't exactly mean what we stand for as a company. I don't know. I think it's as long as they just focus on just like a fun gameplay, take it for what it is. It's a game.
Right.
I mean, for me, it's like, I'm glad that they're trying to be more culturally sensitive and things like that. Just, I mean, game companies have to do that nowadays. It's absolutely needed, but I think people are just taking it too far. Like, I want to see what they mean by that. I want to see what their interpretation of that is, and I think if anybody could do it, it could be the Rockstar team that will go ahead and give us a good story that's also like socially culturally respectful and everything like that. So but of course people are just taking it to the extreme and being like, oh well, now this game is I can't stand people.
This is a prime. This is like a good example of this is like someone had in all that chitter chatter on Twitter mentioned South Park. Like, what happens when South Park becomes culturally aware and culturally sensitive? You lose South Park. You lose that formula that's made South Park for the past 20 years. When the realistic, like reasonable option is the people that do get offended by that just simply don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the sentiment I have for it here. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a specific breed of person that came from a specific era where it's like, not every joke like offends me if the joke is about my culture or my sexuality. Like, not every joke offends me. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, they make jokes about Hispanics, and I'm kind of like, I'm Hispanic. I get it. We were just doing that earlier before the pod when we were talking about Vapor Rub and
Vicks.
Vicks Vapor Rub and Mountain Dew or not Mountain Dew, but 7-Up, to cure your ailments. Like, we make jokes about that stuff because like that's our culture. Like, that's
There's sort of obviously with different cultures and stuff like that. Like there's jokes that are like that aren't bad. Like the Vicks Vapor Rub. It's like it's funny. It's like haha my grandma used to think that cured everything. But then obviously there's the other ones and the other jokes that just take it way too far. So as long as they stay away from those, I think it's fine. Like, it'll be okay.
And then
absolutely.
The other thing I think that gets me bothered about like kind of like this quote unquote woke culture is it's offensive when someone that's not a member of that culture makes the jokes and the claims and all that kind of stuff. But when it's someone within their own culture that does it, it's perfectly okay.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you wouldn't want anybody saying it, then you shouldn't say it yourself.
Right, because that's the thing. So, like, it's a common example, Ryan, but like Dave Chappelle makes these, supposed, transphobe jokes, but if a transsexual comedian makes them themselves, it's all of a sudden it's kind of acceptable because that's within their community, you know, and it's acceptable.
It shouldn't be.
Right. And it shouldn't be, you know. And that's where it's kind of like, you know, you can't just have like, you can't pick and choose, you know, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's kind of like, okay, well, it should be across the board. If you're offended because this person says it and this, so like if this game company makes it and makes the jokes, it's offensive. But if all of a sudden, you know, let's say Rockstar became, you know, predominantly trans and LGBTQ and all that stuff, and they make the jokes, all of a sudden those jokes are now acceptable because the company is represented by that. No,
Yeah.
that's not, that doesn't make sense. Right.
No.
It all boils down to me, at least in my opinion, is like, okay, if you don't like what they're doing, just don't expose yourself to it. Don't watch it. Don't play it. You
Don't
know,
support it.
don't support it. You don't need to go on a rant and be like, this happened again with the Harry Potter game that's coming. Like, oh, if you're this person, if you're this, you know, if you identify this way, here's why you shouldn't be playing this. It's like, I just won't expose myself to it if I don't like it. So it's all up
For me,
in
I'm
the
like,
air.
I'm like the devil's advocate. Like, obviously, I've never watched any of the Harry Potter stuff, but I've heard the type of person, whatever the vile things that person has said.
Yeah.
Am I going to judge somebody for liking Harry Potter? Absolutely freaking not. I mean,
No.
that's your decision. I'm going to choose not to support it.
Right.
But if you're going to support it, I don't care. Because, like, there's some people who like with me in Overwatch, when all that crap happened with Blizzard,
That was another
like, it
one.
broke my heart. Because I'm like, I feel for everybody in that company. I feel for all the genuine people, all the women in the company. I just felt super bad, and I was like, I can't support Blizzard at this time, so I like canceled my WoW subscription, and then I stopped playing Overwatch for some time. But Overwatch to me is how Thomas and I, which is now my husband, we got closer. We got closer because we started playing Overwatch together, and then even me and Anna, who's in the chat, like, it meant something to me. Overwatch meant something to me. So then I was like, I can't help but go back to the game, and then I almost felt like, oh my god, people are going to judge me because I'm playing this game. So I felt that way for a bit, which is bull. I shouldn't have to.
Yeah, right. Because you know deep down yourself and the people like you associate with, they know you're not that person.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's the where this thing is made. Because you notice like this is the loud group on the internet that don't know the people that they're judging. Like, you know, like the Harry Potter thing. I personally am not going to give her a dime of my money, but I'm reading the books. How? Because there's things like libraries. There's friends that have them, and you borrow them. Yep. You can read it and not have to give her a dime. You know, and it's the same thing with like Blizzard and Overwatch. Do I choose to give them my money right now? No, not right now. But if I already own it, I'm going to play it. Like
I'm going to play it. Yep.
I'm going to play it, and it's just like I don't know.
At the end of the day, we shouldn't be gatekeeping people from making their own decisions and liking the things that they like. Because like that, just because like someone still plays Overwatch or still watches Harry Potter, that does not have any zero reflection of who they are as a person. So you know, if like for
doesn't
me,
mean they agree.
I don't like. I grew up playing Diablo 2. I can't play the game anymore. I might change my mind depending on ownership. But like at the same time, you know, if my friends want to play Diablo and Overwatch, you know, great, good for them, especially if it makes them happy. But you know, I just don't like the company anymore.
It's just one of those things too. And then it's one thing too. We have to look at this too. Like, if Rockstar decides to go this route and be culturally sensitive and stuff like, it's not necessarily because they don't want to offend people. It's they want to sell the copies of the game. They realize, like deep down as a business decision, like, hey, we need to be more culturally sensitive to this type of stuff if we want to sell this game.
If it goes on brand with the market, it will sell well, and then that means they'll sell more copies, and then they'll probably want to try and outdo what they do with GTA 5 because that game's so like freaking skyrocketed throughout the market. It's like 1 million copies within 24 hours.
It's on like what, a 10-year run? Like get GTA 5 on a 10-year run. Yeah. So. To close this part of the article out here, GTA 6 looks like it's in full swing. They have canceled the remasters of Red Dead Redemption, which is disappointing.
And Bully.
And Bully, yeah. I was excited for Bully, the schoolyard, you know, one.
I have a best mate that loves Bully, and unfortunately that got canceled too.
So yeah, they've canceled GTA 4, they canceled Bully, they canceled the remaster of Red Dead Redemption, and they're going to go full swing into GTA 6. So we'll see what happens. we'll see what
I'm
happens when it
excited for
gets
that,
here.
though. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna play
I mean,
it.
what's to say that they won't go back to it once GTA 6?
They might do, honestly. I mean, I was super into GTA 5 when it came out. I put a lot of my time into it on the PS4. I maxed out my level on it. I did all the highs. That played the story multiple times. So yeah,
Did a lot of online play for me, and then the RP stuff is
Yeah, it's gonna
fun
be.
too.
I was told that I would probably be good at the RP stuff, but I just never got into it.
I want a GTA
It's
6
hard.
in London with Dill doing role play.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Not like the south of England actually, because the north of England, because I'm a northerner.
Oh my god, I can imagine a GTA in the UK, and just like some of the things people would say if you try and like hit them with your car.
Oh my god. The one thing that the one thing us Brits are good at is insults. Put some good British insults in there. That'd be great.
I always wanted one, and the two GTAs I always wanted. I wanted one in Tokyo, and I wanted one in like Chicago.
Yeah, because Tokyo, they could go with Yakuza, couldn't they? And not
Yeah.
like probably not try and not like copy what the Yakuza games, but they could like base it from the Yakuza
Their
Mafia.
own total own spin on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
Moving on here. So we'll see what happens with GTA 6. Well, I'll play it,
Yes.
and if I don't like it,
I'll play it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'll definitely play it.
Okay, so we have here some news out of Bungie. Bungie has sued a Destiny 2 player for cheating and threatening the staff.
Ooh.
So
I love it.
Bungie don't mess around. Bungie's one of those groups of people you don't want to piss off. So here's what happened here. There was a Destiny 2 player who was banned for cheating, and then he repeatedly evaded the ban by creating new accounts and, IP spoofing, however means. He was evading the bans, and then he started making threats to staff members via the internet, saying inappropriate stuff like, let's see. Oh, he had the desire. These are in quotes. Desire to burn down Bungie's office building.
Oh, lovely.
And then he had tweets here that say the staff are not safe because he had intent to move into the neighborhood. And then it looks like he was also a streamer and a member of a forum used to sell social media accounts and Destiny 2 emblems, most of which earned money through gameplay. So he was, selling a lot of this stuff. He looks like he got a lot of income from Destiny 2. Let's see. He dodged bans by creating 13 new accounts.
Jeez.
And he, each account is a breach of the agreement. And then, let's see. Bungie's demanding $150,000 in damages. And then he's.
I honestly. Sorry, keep going.
Go ahead. I was
gonna say, I honestly love the hell out of this, and I really hope that other gaming companies do the same, because there are so many times that there is an end user license agreement that you're agreeing to that some people just obviously you don't read, and then they're like, my account got banned. Oh well, I'm just gonna evade it and do this, and just to even threaten a gaming company, because come on, like I really hope that this actually is a lesson to people to just chill. Like it's not okay to threaten anybody.
It's
like they need more
and
EULAs
yeah.
that protect the staff, right? Because it's very, very normal. Like at my last job, I worked for a game publisher, and on a daily basis I was like harassed, people threatening to kill me, and just stuff like that over just a video game just being banned.
Yeah.
So
People take it way too seriously. Sometimes it doesn't need to escalate this far at all.
They're just video games, people. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just video games, and then this started happening with the advent of the internet, when the social media stuff and the companies got on board with social media and opened up the Twitter accounts and all this. It's just become more and more rampant, where it's just like, oh, you guys are assholes because you can't patch this thing in the game. And it's like the one dude, like that's the only dude that has that issue, And all of a sudden the whole company's an asshole
Whole
because
company's trash. Yeah.
yeah, because this one dude has some issue that's not even related to the actual game, but like configuration on his end or something. And then they go on this big old spree about how like Bungie's trash because they do this, that, this, and this, or they don't do this. When people have no concept of how much work actually goes into making these games, like people use the term net code. Oh, they need to work on the net code. Like you have no idea what net code even means.
Explain to me what the net code is then. Go on, do it.
Huh?
Do it.
Net code.
Ashley would be like, oh, it's like the code for the net.
Yeah, it's not even an actual term. Lesh and I work in this field. We know terms like netcode are complete BS. Yeah. It's code, you know. And then what Lesh and I know is like it's not like Bungie just has a rack of servers. This used to be the case, but Bungie does not have a rack of servers in their office anymore. You know, it's now in the hands of an Amazon or a Microsoft or a Google, whichever provider they're using that ups these servers. You know, and there's a cost factor behind it. Oh, they need to throw up more servers. Okay. Yes, they can throw up more servers at the drop of a hat, but it's money.
They got to pay for it.
They got to pay for it, you know? It's like Twitch. You're watching this right now. Like Twitch is paying money to host this channel and this podcast right now, you know? Like it's not like just like, oh, throw it up in the air. Let's go run to Micro Center and buy 500 servers to, you know.
It's running in their basement. Hello.
Yeah.
Contacting Linus Tech Tips for some service.
You know, but
no,
that's
being in the Fall Guys Discord, we actually see a lot of that where people are like, oh, they don't care about their game. They don't want to fix anything. And I'm like, I'm always the person that comes in there and be like, listen, are you a developer? No. Okay, well, I just want to fill you in. But development takes time.
Right.
I'm like, they don't just, let me go in there, fix a line of code. Oh, jumping issue. It's right there. Duh. Let me go fix it. No, it's not. It's like there's
coding,
so much development.
Coding and like code and all that stuff is literally needle in a haystack. Mm-hmm. Because there's people that say this is unless it's rampant, like you know, like the cyberpunk stuff was rampant. Everyone was
cyberpunk.
Yeah, but like everyone was experiencing very, very similar issues. Okay, it's easy to navigate that stuff. But like Leshki gives an example of like the jumping thing. This person gets a glitch when they jump, but only like 10,000 people are getting this, you know? So it's like, okay, well, we got to recreate that. We got to find what's happening. What are you doing that when it happens? Like it's a needle in a haystack scenario to figure out. It's not like at a
especially
drop
for online games.
Yeah, and it's not like because there's other factors. There's bandwidth. There's all that kind of stuff. Like it's not a drop of a hat. Like boom, I fixed it. Let's go. Like your net code, you know. But like, and on top of that,
start using that at work.
On top of that, if you cheat, you're gonna get banned. It says in the agreements, don't cheat like an idiot. Oh, but I spent
and then be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're cheating, and then you have the fucking Pikachu face when they say you're out. You're up. Like you can't do this. You know, like people wake up and grow up, and then I'm getting mildly angry at this article because people's lives are being threatened because they just go. Work is stressful enough. You know. Work is stressful enough as it is. You don't need some pimply faced tech bro on your case on top of like the stuff you're dealing with at work, talking about your net code.
My God, you're greasy.
Yeah. You know, like we don't need this. But like, I'm glad, like I'm with Lesh on this. Like, I'm glad that they're stepping up to this. They also did it for YouTube. You know, they also did it for YouTube where they were like, this guy's doing this, that, this, and this, and they sued YouTube. Like, okay, it makes sense. Let's go. But I'm all for it. And then
me too.
Now there is some kind of like, I guess this is, I don't know how you look at this, but the other side of this coin is there's an update to this story. They sued the guy, but now the update to the story is like Bungie themselves have committed to reduced community interaction because of this scenario.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, now we're going to not be as transparent. Now we're going to keep things on the low right now, at least in an online presence, until we can figure out how we can keep the staff safe, because this is a serious problem.
Yeah.
If some kid,
so not everybody's losing.
Right. So if some kid loses his mind and goes over there and, you know, hurts somebody at Bungie when they're going to their car in the parking lot or whatever, that's on Bungie. Like, that's Bungie's, you know, thing, like, because it turns into an issue. Was the staff safe? You know, is there security at the building? Because families get involved now. My daughter was hurt. My son was hurt while working at your facility. My husband, you know, what were the measures? It turns into this big old legal mud ball that just keeps piling on if someone does get hurt. So now they're they're reducing it. They're like, hey, we're going to be minimal about this kind of stuff. Just behave. And I guarantee you people are going to be pissed because Bungie's not talking now. We haven't heard from Bungie in a month. Well, some asshole decided to go be a dick. Blame him.
Blame him because they just want to be safe. So
yeah. The gaming industry is a damn problem. It's all a problem.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. So good on Bungie. I'm with Lesh. I agree with it. Anyone else have any?
High five, Bungie. Get them.
Do it
Go
again.
get them.
Anyone else have any?
What they gotta
Go
do.
get 'em.
They gotta do what they gotta do,
They're gonna do what they're gonna do.
I just hope the justice system is prepared for, because I think that's the issue is right now there's some laws out there that kind of let these little internet trolls get away with a lot.
Freedom of speech, and then it's like, freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, like the whole like the raids that people would do on people. Now they finally put a law in some states, not all states, in some states where it's illegal and you can actually they'll track you down and do all that stuff. But like before they were like, what do we do?
With the raid thing, are you talking about I'm sorry, are you talking
swatting.
about the swapping thing or the swatting?
Swatting, yeah, sorry, swatting.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, swatting. Yeah, that was about. So with swatting, like, is it something like, I think you have to talk to your local police department to let them know, it's like, hey, I'm a online
personality.
presence.
They
online
recommend,
personality.
yeah.
If you want to like check my place out beforehand, go right ahead. But I can assure you, like, if anyone says, hey, this person's is dangerous, it's in a SWAT team, then please have this on file before you break my door down.
Break in, right? Yeah, they do recommend that you talk to your local
law enforcement
authorities,
Yeah,
let them
'cause
know
for a
you are
while-
internet personality and whatever.
And I do
'Cause for a
believe
while people could get away with it.
Yeah, and I do believe you can set up, like, when you have that that meeting with the law enforcement, I think you can set up some kind of phrase or something or term or something that when you say it on the phone, that indicates to them you're in trouble.
Right.
So that's
Just basically like, I think they'll give you like, I forget, some places said that like what they'll do is they'll come to your door. Obviously, if somebody does put in like a whatever, they'll have to come to you, but they're not going to break your door down. Is essentially what's
right. They will have to knock on the door and actually verify that you are safe and secure. That's the law that covers their ass.
Yep.
But anyway, we shouldn't have to go through this stuff. Just behave, internet. Grow up.
Just behave, internet. Grow up.
You guys
fix your net code, internet. Fix your own
Did you
bug.
turn it off and on again?
Yeah. Reboot it? Did you reboot it? That fixes 95% of problems. Me and NetLesh can agree to that.
100%. Yep.
90% of the time, it works every time. Okay. We got some here. Okay, so we got some Nintendo news. Let's have a moment of silence for the 3DS and the Wii U eShop, which is scheduled to shut down on March 27th, 2023.
Yep.
It's crazy.
This is coming out.
I mean, I get why, but
This is coming out of Bloomberg. So we'll go
It's
through this.
understandable.
We'll go here through this real quick. The 3DS and Wii U digital storefronts will no longer allow purchases or new purchases of paid or free content starting March 27th, 2023. So
that means the value of that stuph's going to go high at GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get those hard copies ready.
GameStop doesn't even have it. They phased out 3DS, and I think you could still get some Wii U's in there and some Wii, but 3DS and Game Boy and stuff, that's been phased out.
Oh, well. They're lost.
Yeah.
You're better
We're
off
gonna have to bring
going
it back.
to those like really expensive pawn shops.
Officially, the eShop's going to close on both places in the 27th of March 2023. The cutoff date for adding funds also will be on the 29th of August. So if you've got any like e-vouchers or anything like that, or like things for the eShops, redeem them now because you've only got a month basically.
So what they're basically saying is right now, because that is, if you're hoping to purchase an eShop card, which are typically available, blah, 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 to add funds to your account on the Wii U 3DS, the cutoff date for this fund is August 29th. So what they're telling you is that, because now you cannot buy anything with a credit card on the eShop anymore. For the 3DS or the Wii U, I believe the Switch is fine. The 3DS and the Wii U, you cannot buy it with a credit card anyway. So you can't punch in your credit card number and pay for the game. The only way they're accepting stuff is through the e-card. So like you have to go to Best Buy, Target, wherever, and get your gift card and put the funds on there. But they are cutting that off on the 29th. So on August 29th, that is the last time to actually add funds to an e-card and use it.
Yeah.
Oh no, add funds to the e-card. You could technically still use it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot buy a card, so I cannot activate an e-card, an eShop card. But I can, if I have one in the system already, I can add funds to it.
Yeah.
They're being very tricky with how they're doing this. They're cutting off the ability to pay before they actually take down the games or take down the
And
store.
then you have like what 8-9 months to decide what to do with your money.
Right, so,
Basically.
Which is a decent it's a decent window of
we have,
opportunity
what are
for
we
you to
in
do
July?
that.
Okay, you have 30 days basically. You have basically 30 days to load up an eShop card and pick out what you're going to buy.
Yeah.
And
So I'm going to do it
out.
over next month.
Now, Lesh brought up a good point: is that the physical stuff of this, those games were already going up. Try to look up how much a 3DS costs right now. A 3DS is going for about $200 to $250, almost retail what they were selling for on the secondary market, because the supply has gotten really small. Which is funny because the 3DS kept Nintendo alive during the whole Wii U debacle.
It did.
So there's millions of 3DSs out there, but the supply on the secondhand market is getting slim. So
Nintendo 3DS handheld console, colored in black, on Canadian eBay is $294.70 and plus $32.65 in shipping.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's Canadian, but still, it's pretty expensive.
My guy's selling them for about $200 to $250, depending on which one you want. If you want a new 3DS, it's $250 to $275, and then if you want the original 3DS XL, it's like $200. So yes, the physical copies of this stuff are going to shoot up in price. It's already starting. A lot of the SquareSoft stuff, like Bravely Default and all that, has shot up in price, and the Personas and all that stuff you can get on 3DS. Good luck. Get your wallet ready.
I found one on the UK eBay for like £80 for like with 16 games.
That's a good deal.
Dill.
Yeah.
Dill, hear this. Because you said that that stuff that's Pokemon is like really expensive, right?
Yes.
A Nintendo brand new 3DS Pokemon 20th anniversary limited edition with Charizard on it is $562.
Oh my god, I would definitely want that.
Where's your money, buddy?
In my account, let me go get it.
Okay.
Where's my card?
Yeah, so rest in peace. The 3DS was quite the achievement. It really was. It's going to be up in Nintendo's
console.
list of highlights of their
Well, the
existence.
the Nintendo DS is still one of the all-time fastest-selling consoles of all time.
Which is crazy because that came at an era when cell phones and stuff were slowly becoming like the thing.
Yeah.
So
it took a little bit for the console to like really start
taking off.
Like the hardware sold very well, but there wasn't any games at first. But once it got going, then the 3DS had an absolutely fantastic library.
I'm gonna miss it. I mean, I have one, and but like I think that it'll be an era that'll be missed. I miss the Street Pass stuff. Everyone remember the Street Pass where you would like walk around? And
That was great.
it would ping like another 3DS, and like you go to like a comic. I got a bunch of them on the train station. Like when I used to take the train to work, I would get them all day, and then like
I always had that off.
Yeah, I did that every day for a while
I
as
never
well.
used that feature.
It was always
really
fun.
cool.
It was always fun. I'm gonna miss it. It was an era, quite an era. So if anyone have any 3DS stuff they want to pick up before the thing ends?
Where is my 3DS? Somewhere around here.
I do. Mine's picking up dust at the moment.
So is mine. I should make sure there has no fun. I'm pretty sure there's no funds. Because I'm pretty sure I always bought physical copies.
There it is.
Yeah, same.
Hello.
Okay. One small piece of advice to the guys and anyone in the chat here: if your 3DS or your DS is collecting dust, make sure you take the back piece off and take the battery out, so it doesn't like swell and leak into the.
Oh.
Yeah. Same with like if you have a Game Boy just collecting dust, make sure there's no batteries in it.
I think it is as well. Mine's the one that you can actually like remove the front fit to replace it.
Yeah.
Or
See.
something.
There you go. So yeah, take the batteries out. If they're collecting dust, take the batteries out so you don't at least ruin a $250 thing now. But we'll miss it. Anyone in the chat? Gee, people are going on about the DS Lite here.
DS Lite, you say?
Yeah, look at that. I have one of those too. One of those too.
Game Boy, you say?
Oh my gosh. I've missed my Game Boy Pocket.
I want my analog pocket and I want it now.
You know what? I kind of would have liked to have one of those Game Boy Advance like minis. You know, the mini ones that are just like those small little things.
That was like that big.
Yeah.
I held one in my hand, and you can't see the screen unless you're like 12, because if your eyes are anywhere near age, you're not looking at that thing. It's literally micro. So to close out the show here, we got a couple of news on some games here. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic the remake has been delayed indefinitely.
Yep.
Was it? I know Dill was excited for it. Were you on this too, Zenith? Weren't you excited about this one?
Nah,
Nah.
not for me. Nah.
Anyone
This
here?
is like something that a lot of people say that Knights of the Old Republic is one of the best Star Wars games ever made, and that's why I was intrigued by it, because I'm like, ooh, that does sound pretty good. Good old game being remade.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it is what it is. I looked at the article, which did someone cut it out of the document?
I don't know.
I had
it looks like it
the
looks like it got
article.
like overlapped with the eShop one, so it's right underneath the eShop one.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
way I'm seeing it's all messed up here. But
Yeah.
here we go. The cut. There we go. That's what happened. Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this sounds like just a overshooting of expectations.
Yeah.
Because the developer had originally said they were going to release this game at the end of 2022. But now, upon further investigation, it looks like they've had staff member changes. Lead heads, studio heads have left and, been replaced.
Well, not just left; they were literally fired.
Yeah, they were fired.
They were fired.
I was trying to be nice about it. They left, but no, they were fired. But now,
fired.
what it's looking like, someone close to the project or familiar with the project, they're saying it's a more realistic target would be 2025.
Yeah, they've said I think what happened was that Lucasfilms partners had a meeting, basically, with developers. They saw the product, they were not impressed by the product, and they took action then and there, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
they made this overly beautiful looking demo, basically, and they put a bunch of funds into making that demo, and then they have no funds to finish development, basically.
No. So so the director and art director basically got fired for it, and now they're trying to find someone to replace them. So most likely this game could end up being in what we call development hell.
It's going to be a long time before it gets here. If anyone's
Yeah.
excited to play this, you're looking at more like 2025. They need to. This is one of those things where game developers need to stop announcing these things.
They do.
Years before
They
they
do.
even come through.
As much as it brings up hype, it always oversells it, and then somewhere down the line, it eventually dies off. Big example of
We
that
heard
was
about
Dead Island 2.
we heard about Elder Scrolls 6 pre-pandemic.
2018.
Yeah, we heard about that
2018,
E3
that was-
2018. It's not even close to being here yet. Probably another
What
year.
was that? Do you guys remember that Nintendo Direct about 3-4 years ago where they just showed the Metroid Prime 4 logo and there's been nothing on it since then?
Well,
Dude,
to
that's
their,
so
Why would you
annoying.
do this?
to their credit, they learned from that mistake and they don't do that anymore, because they did go back and they were like, this game's in development hell. We're going to start from scratch. They admitted
Yeah,
to
they
that.
literally did that. Yeah.
They admitted to that, but they learned their lesson. They haven't done that since. When you see
No.
something on Nintendo, what do they call those things? The Directs, they're all within a year
Yeah.
that they're coming.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing also. Bayonetta 3 had that as well, because Bayonetta 3, they announced that back in 2017, I think. I think I was and then they've only just finally got a new trailer out for it this year, and it's coming out in October.
The
So-
pandemic threw a lot of wrench in things, but yeah, they have to
Yeah.
stop announcing this stuff 4 years in advance.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
don't
honestly
mind
forget
it so
about it.
much. I don't mind it so much when it's Zelda, but or even Mario, but as long as they have something concrete to show people, to be like, hey, it's game.
Yeah.
It's you get to play.
Gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do
Hey, your
before they
game
announce
is
anything.
right here.
Yeah. That's
New game
it's only
coming.
a game.
As long as they're transparent about it too, if they're gonna show us a preview of a game, it's we're still working on it 2025.
Yeah.
If they're transparent about it, I'll be okay, but I'll also at the same time I'll probably forget about it until the months leading up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That
what
shocks
about
me,
Breath of the
though.
Wild? Breath of the Wild sequel though, they've like teased that quite a few times, and I think the last thing we heard from it was say like 2022, and we haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, but that one, it's getting there. It's coming. It's a
It's
Zelda.
coming.
It's
They're
coming.
slowly leaking out details, but like,
I guarantee you, they're gonna do exactly what Nintendo's done the past couple years. Twilight Princess was on the Wii U and no, not Wii U. Twilight Princess was on the GameCube and the Wii. Breath of the Wild was on the Wii U and the Switch. Breath of the Wild
New
2
console.
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to come with some updated version of the Switch.
Yeah,
I feel like
think
that.
they'll
Shit.
announce the Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I
Like
think
they'll
it's
do
gonna
a
come.
suit up version. That wouldn't
And
surprise me.
I think what's going to happen is we're going to get the Wind Waker remake and the Twilight Princess
Ooh,
HD and stuff. We're going to get those before Breath of the Wild 2. That's where my money's going.
I mean, that'll keep me busy. Before
Yeah.
then.
I mean, that's more Zelda games for me that's finally
Hell
getting
yes.
Yeah,
I don't play Zelda games. Sorry.
You don't play
Sorry.
Zelda games? How about Metroid Prime? Do you play Metroid Prime? Okay, don't
Mario.
worry.
I'm okay. I am in a completely different genre of games than y'all, but I will.
Yeah.
I still love watching you guys play.
I think where
about
where
it.
you do fit in though, Lesh, where you do fit in is you do play a lot of old games like we do.
I do.
You play a lot of old games. That's where you fit, you know. And it's just
Hey,
like
you know,
Yeah.
I play farming sim games too, so
Oh heck yes.
I think
Yeah.
I love
I thought,
simulation games. Is my life simulation and like farming games and
I was super into Stardew when it first came out, but like 70 hours into it.
I don't have the article for this, but who heard about the Sims incest button or
I
something?
saw you post. I saw you read. In fact, I think I have
that
your
was on
Twitter
crowd
account.
control though.
Yeah,
Was it
it's right
really?
there.
Yeah, that was on crowd control. What happened was it was Ashley, and she basically had like two siblings, and they were like getting into fights all the time. And using crowd control, someone basically forced them into a marriage.
Oh my god.
And then everyone in chat started singing "Sweet Home Alabama." It was great.
I bet they did.
I don't even know why that was even in cloud control or crowd control or whatever, but like it turned into a thing. It roamed around on Twitter, and then
Yep.
people were like, "Oh, it must have been a mistake." It had a button. Like, who mistakenly puts a button that says incest?
So
You know?
no.
Let's go look at the net code and see what happened. Find the needle in the haystack. Let's find it.
Pay $50. Pay $50 to be married to your cat.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, I don't play much Sims nowadays, but I figured, you know. Wait,
I want
Lesh
to
is
try
a
the
big
crowd
Sims
control. I want to try it with crowd control. Yeah, I've taken a big break from Sims though because I felt defeated once I lost all my saves and like all of the work that I did. So
Ow.
yeah, cloud back up your stuff, people.
Yeah.
I felt extremely defeated and I just didn't go back. But I'm slowly trying to get back. And now that crowd control is there, I think the next charity stream I do, I'm gonna.
Wait,
Where's
so you
Definitely
lost
give it a
all your
try.
DLC too?
I didn't lose my DLC. Like I had to re-download everything. I just lost like all the
Okay.
families, all the houses that I had downloaded and stuff like that. Like I had to redo all of my neighborhoods, and it was just
Where's the
my
Sims
100 baby
5?
challenge was gone.
Where's the Sims 5? That's what I want to know.
They're still making money off Sims 4. Why do they
Yeah,
have to work on Sims
they're
5?
still churning out content for Sims 4 before they make Sims 5.
The two longest running video games in history are GTA 5 and this. It's a tie. GTA 5, The
It
Sims
is.
4, and Skyrim. Those are the longest running video
When
games.
did Sims 4 come out?
This is Grand Theft Sims Auto 4. You're gonna be playing it on your fridge.
Oh.
Oh my god! On your Apple Watch, you know.
Or your Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah,
Okay, so Sims 4 came out in 2014. GTA came out a year before, so GTA's got a year ahead.
when was Skyrim?
2011.
Skyrim is the winner. We've been
Skyrim
playing
is the
that
winner.
damn game for over. Jesus Christ!
You can play it on your fridge now, can't you?
Skyrim's going to go to 15 years. Skyrim's going to go to 15
Oh,
years,
yeah.
and then that's when you get Elder Scrolls 6. I'll call that
that's
right
probably
now.
what's gonna happen. Yeah.
15th anniversary Skyrim, and then here's Elder Scrolls 6, and then Fallout 5 is somewhere in there. So okay, so it was a crowd control thing. That still weirds me out. Okay, last article of the day here. Skate 4 has been officially titled Skate, and will become an online free-to-play cross-play platform.
Okay.
So who's familiar with Skate here? I am. Okay. We'll just fill Lesh in here real quick. Skate is a skateboarding game a la Tony Hawk, but it was a little more simulator like, because instead of just pressing buttons to ollie and stuff, you would use the thumbsticks to do the ollie and then like rotate the thumbsticks and stuff to do the flips, tricks, and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very well regarded game. It's very, very adored by a lot of people. And then the game disappeared for 10 years, 12 years. The last one was Skate 3 in 2010. And now we got news that Skate 4 was coming, but now they're going to turn it into an online free-to-play, like multi-platform type of deal, pretty much like Warzone and Fall Guys and all of those, similar running type of platforms. So this is clearly not what people wanted. This isn't what I wanted. But there's some things here. So this is what came from the developers that are working on this game. These are the clear things that they've made clear. These are the 4 rules that they have shared. No pay to win. No map areas will be locked behind the paywall. No paid loot boxes, and no paid gameplay advantages.
Okay.
So it's all like cosmetics.
It's all cosmetic. So if you want, the Thrasher shirt or the shoe, the Jordan shoes or whatever to skate in, you're going to pay out the $1 for them.
Okay.
Well, not that you mentioned it, that because like you think free to play, then you're just thinking, oh no, this is gotchas. Oh no, this is paywalls, or like here's 25% of the game and then pay us like $150 and then you get the full experience.
I'm wondering how long it will take them to break any of these rules that they're going to follow. Honestly, because
they're not going to break any rules, but what they're going to do is they're probably going to sell us. What do they call them? Season passes. They're going to sell us season passes out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Out the wazoo, and it's going to be like deck packs and all this. And as I talk about this more and more, I'm like, these fuckers are going to get my money.
Yeah.
Like, I know it.
I personally like the whole, when games do that, I don't mind the battle pass kind of concept to it, as long as we can like preview everything. If I could see everything that's down the line, and then I could be like, let's see if I want it. I
think the problem that bothers me with the battle passes is how frequent they are. Now, not every company is like, crazy. Like, but there's some of them like a season is like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And then they do another one and it's another 20, because some of these get expensive, right? Like some of these are like in the realm of $20 to $30, right? Some of these battle passes. Yeah. So like every 6 months, $20-$30, you spread that out over the course of the year. You're paying $60 to $80 in battle passes.
I did like what Fall Guys did. Once you buy the one season pass, if you can level up to 100 throughout the season, you'll have earned enough show bucks to buy the next season's pass.
See, that I'm okay with. If you play enough to cover the cost of the thing, that's great. I don't know. I'm nervous about this thing. I just don't want to get because I've waited for this game for a long time. I've been waiting for a Skate sequel for a long time. Tony Hawk covered the itch because I love Tony Hawk also, and I've waited for this game for a long time. But to see, and it's the idea is like, okay, it's going to be a free-to-play experience. I'm going to have to buy battle passes and stuff to keep the game interesting, and then I have mixed emotions. I'm not fully against the battle pass thing. I'm not fully against it. I just think it's a frequency
you have valid
thing.
Concerns. Yeah.
It's
to see how long it's worth, like how much content they give you for what you're paying. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and then
you have a right to be cautious.
And then the other thing that gets me is what happens if they do the Destiny thing where the content goes away. Remember what happened with Destiny 2? The content got so bloated.
Oh no, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so what happened?
That sounds awful.
What happened with Destiny 2 is Destiny 2 got so bloated with all the expansion packs and everything that the download size got ridiculous, over 100 some odd gigs. And then what they did is they removed the original content of the game. So like if you bought Destiny 2 on day one up until X time, I think it was the second expansion or something, that content is gone. It's in a vaulted state. And then they can reissue it, and it's a vaulted state. So let's say I spend $200 in battle passes over the course of a year or two on this skate game, and then they take that content away, and then reissue it. Or like I want to go, like let's say they do some collab where they have Hollywood High School. If you don't know, Hollywood High School is one of the most famous skate spots in the world. It's a huge staircase that's in tons of skate videos, commercials, etc. So let's say they do a collab with Hollywood High, and Hollywood High is in Skate 4. And then they decide, oh, this game's getting too bloated, and they take Hollywood High away. And now it's like, oh, damn, what are they replacing with? I don't know. It's weird things that I think part of me is just griping because I just wanted that solo skate experience. Like, pop in the disc or hit play and then just sit and chill and like record my own little footage of myself and do my thing, you know. But are you gonna play Zenith? I know you talk about skate.
Yeah, I fully plan on seeing how much of I can break my character's body.
Oh, nice.
That's the fun part.
We're gonna start a skate team on skate.
Do it. Get me involved.
That would actually be cool.
Burn it all down.
That would actually be cool. Okay, so like the online aspect. So part of me too is if I come into this too with this GTA online experience, because like I tried GTA Online several times and I couldn't even play because some random dude would shoot me or like run me over with his car, tank, whatever. So now I go skateboard and I try to go skateboard in this virtual skateboarding world, and some dude just keeps walking in my line. And I can't like get to the stairs of the rail or whatever. Like,
I used to just casually play golf in GTA Online. Honestly, it was quite nice.
you're just like, I'm gonna play golf.
I can't wait to play with you, Eric. Because it's like, hey, I found this like really cool like skate area, and then leads you up like somewhere like on top of, like a huge cliff, and then just bat you with my skateboard,
and then I fall off and
down. Can't wait.
Sounds fun to watch.
Or you're like, I got an awesome skate spot for you. Come here and hang out. My buddies are all there, and then you just leave me there with Morgan for 2 hours.
No, she just comes in with a car and just like sends you like just like curtailing off a cliff.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm iffy. I'm very, very iffy.
Yeah.
Because this is EA we're talking about. They're going to get our money. It's going to be... Yeah. You know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, other than that, that's it for this episode, guys.
Shoot.
We did really, really well. We did pretty
good on time.
We're good on time.
Yay.
We did really, really well. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wind down out of here. I appreciate all you for hanging out with us today. You guys have been fantastic. If you are listening on Apple and Spotify, we appreciate you. You can find this on there. You can also find us on YouTube, and you can find us here on Twitch, Good People Media Group. And am I missing anything? Oh yeah, and then you can find us at GRP Media what is it? Exclamation point social media. There we go. There it is. That's the TikToks and all that good stuff. There it is. It's all there. You can find us there on that. If you liked what you saw here today, feel free to follow the channel. If you can, please do, so we can get to that affiliate ship and start, rolling out emotes and fun stuff for you. And then you can actually start watching the live podcast on the thing. We don't have that yet. Also, the dog.
Oh, they don't have VODs, right?
We don't have VODs right now.
Oh, is he?
Because of the affiliate. He's back. The doggy's back. So
little ones here.
We'll let each of you guys. We'll let each you guys sign off. Oh, look, he's so cute. Stay. Go back to where you were, Lesh. Do that turn back where you were. There you go. Hold on. Full screen.
There you go.
There he is.
Watch him leave.
Watch him leave.
He's coming closer.
Oh, okay, cute.
Say hi, everybody. I'm
We're
hungry.
Oh, look at that face. I love it. Oh, here comes the other one.
And now the other dog's here.
The other one's jealous. Yeah.
He heard hunger. He heard hungry. Look how cute. Do they get jealous with each other?
Yes. Miko doesn't like that I get to pick up Riley because Riley's tiny, and Miko obviously is not the tiniest dog, so I can't really.
Oh, how adorable. All right, I'm going to let each of you guys sign off so we can go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Dill, go ahead and sign off for us. Let us know who you are, where you can find us, where they can find you.
Well, I'm Dill. Well, my tag is like Big Dill Gamer, obviously. You can find me on Twitch. You can as Big twitch.tv/ Big Dill Gamer. You can find me on YouTube as Big Dill. Same tangle as with Twitch on TikTok and various other like Instagram and Twitter as well.
All right, Leshki, you're up.
I am Leshki on everything, Twitch, Twitter, well, except for Instagram, but I'm barely posting on Instagram. But I did take a hiatus from streaming and then I got sick. So hopefully I'll be back soon, but you can find me on the social medias there.
Sweet. Zenith.
I'm Legend of Zenith on everything. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I forget what else.
You're on all of them. If you look up Legend of Zenith, you're on all of them.
Yes.
Except on Facebook, because how dare they?
How dare they?
Ugh, man.
How dare they?
Facebook.
I am Eric Anthony. You can find me on Eric Anthony _ here on Twitch, and that is my thing on the Twitter and the Instagram now. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric Anthony GP on those. Yeah,
Okay.
so I switched everything over, and I had to remember all of it.
That's rough.
That's rough, right?
That's
When you
rough,
switch, branding change is tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's like kind of a mess until you realize, oh, what do you do? And the one that would suck was the whole YouTube favorites, because I started a whole new Gmail and I have the YouTube account there now, and I was like, oh, now I got to move all those favorite channels and all those sub channels that I would watch on YouTube and blah 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 blah. But that's a story for another day, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. We will catch you again very very soon. You guys stay safe out there.
Wear your masks. Just kidding.
They heard that. Wear your mask.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.